Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here for the Mandem talk, man. And with the brothers in the building, we got Rance in the building. Rance, what are you saying?
All good, man. Big up the chat, man. What you, man, telling me?
Nah, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Can't complain, man. And we got Traps. Traps is back. What are you saying, Traps, man? What are you telling me?
Work on. We're back again, innit?
Come on.
Another episode of this soap opera of a football club.
Yeah. Nah, I hear it, man. Me and Traps.
I'm not gonna lie. I tried to duck out. I can't lie. I did. I tried to bottle it still. I had enough, man.
Nah, I hear you, man. Listen, I can't lie, man. It's one of them where, you know what I mean? United at the minute, man, it's not where it used to be, you feel me? But we're here. Got man like Faz, you get me? Doing all chef and that, you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. Like everyone's lost it, man. What's going on, Faz?
Why? What do you mean? I haven't lost it. I'm just enjoying my life.
Faz, you've lost it. Faz, you've lost
it. I'm you.
Man, so
you absolute criminal. You mutant. You've been hiding for how many weeks?
Man saw cooking with Faz for 2 hours. I said, yeah, he's finished.
Nah, but you know what? It was good though, man. You know what? I've actually enjoyed it, man. Like it's actually funny, man. They got the misses and that. You get me?
It's entertaining. It is. It's mad entertaining. I'll be real.
It's entertaining, man. Like I'm looking forward to the next one. Like
yeah, but you guys, Saeed, you should know that's just how I am in natural day-to-day life.
Yeah. Nah, you are, man.
That's just how I am.
Yeah,
I got another episode coming soon. And there'll be lots more things anyways. You know, Man United, like I said, man, they're not stopping me from enjoying my life. You know, Ron said it best: get a hold of your life. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Get a hold of your life.
That's exactly it. That's what I tried to do. I tried to get hold of my life, man.
Yeah, man. So listen, people, make sure you lot hit the like button on the video, man. Big up to Traps, man. Is that a new Rivals Tears thingy in that? The cap?
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
This is a new one, still new coloring.
I have to cut that still, man. You get me? Make sure you check out Rivals Tears, people, man. You already know, man. Go get your latest Rivals Tears drink. Yesterday, I was drinking that Liverpool Tears and that. You know what I mean? Yo, listen, we were there, man. You know what I mean? But then you get back to reality. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, yeah, I had my fun last night, but we get back down to reality, man. But what we're saying, man, it's crunch time tomorrow, man. It's the Europa League, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's the season where it's a season-defining game. Can we keep the season alive? Like, they're not great, you know, but then I'm like, are we great? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, in a game of, 90 minutes, 180 minutes, we've seen, like, teams that, you know, don't do necessarily well in the league, but in the European competitions, man, they just come alive, bro. Like, I think they lost to Sevilla over the weekend. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't that great, but they can keep the ball, man. And if they get the ball, they're the ones that are gonna do most damage with it, bro. If you know what I mean, that's just the way the football goes nowadays. If you've got hold of the ball and you want that kind of doing something with it, you know, you might end up scoring or what. So let's see, man. But what are you, man, saying, man? France, what are you saying in terms of the Europa League tomorrow? Like, are you
know what? I think it's down to us.
Yeah.
From what I've seen from them, they look quite toothless, bro. Like, I'm not really worried about them. Like, I believe if they didn't get the penalty, I didn't think they were gonna score. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
I just think that we need to handle our business tomorrow. If we handle our business tomorrow, we go through. Do you know what I'm saying? If we don't go through, it won't be because they played really well. It'll be because we died, bro. Like, that's how I feel off the first leg.
Yeah, facts. I'm with you, man. Shout out to Abdaziz with a gifted membership as well. Big up to you, bro. Now, real talk, bro. That's what it was, man. Because we had like opportunities in that game, bro. Like, we just weren't clinical enough, bro. We weren't clinical enough, and we weren't like making the right decisions, bro. Certain man wanted to hold on the ball too much. I feel like certain man wanted to go for glory. Certain man didn't want to pass. It's all just like mad. Like, certain man went in the right positions. Like, there was just a load of like nonsense, really. And they literally had that one penalty, which I thought was a bit harsh, and that was it, bro. But yeah, I mean, Lee could gas up his Spanish teams, but they weren't great, man. Yeah, I mean, they looked tidy on the ball, but that was about it, bro. So it's down to us and what we do, bro. Are we going to be attacking? Are we going to sit off Real Sociedad at home? Because that's what we keep doing too many times. We give too much respect, bro. I'm ready to say, you know what, man? We're going for it, and we're going to thump you like 2 or 3-0. Like, we're not going to play around, bro. You need to go for it, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, need to just go all guns blazing, bro, tomorrow and start attacking these teams, start showing what we're about, man, because we don't do it enough. I don't think we do it enough. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like it's so important tomorrow, man. Go through and keep the season alive. Because if you lose that tomorrow, bro, like the manager can say he's getting back to that, but then you're relying on your Premier League form. You know what I mean? And not finishing 16th.
I'll be real. If we don't win tomorrow, whoever he still has left in that dressing room, he'll lose them. We have to win that tomorrow, bro. I'll be honest, because there's no excuse. There's no excuse, bro. I can't lie. Like, we're at home. If you cannot beat Sociedad at home as a Man United manager, you're gonna lose the trust of a lot of players, bro. You are. Like, it's human nature, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because right now we're trusting this brother of what he done somewhere else, and there's only a certain amount of time that man can do that.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. Faz, what are you saying, bro? How are you feeling, man?
They play the better football, but that's the case with every other team that plays us. They play the better football, but don't end up like getting a result out the game. Or, you know, we have had situations where teams have got the result out of us, but as of recent, it seems like teams are struggling to get a result out of us, and we just get some sort of jammy goal, innit? That's just it. A free kick, a penalty, a corner kick, and that's just what it's going to be tomorrow. That's what I expect. Just a boring game. Man United not entertaining, not playing the football that we expect, or even the manager expects, and not even creating chances. The chances that we created in the last game against Arsenal is a one-off because it's a big game. Against Sociedad, it's not going to be that. They're going to bop us off the park. We might even concede early. And then you know, Old Trafford crowd, innit? Go on, hit him. Go on, son, hit him. And that's The rest, you know, man.
I said go on, it's it.
That's the rest, you know, innit? That's it. That's it. Can we do a protest tomorrow? Maybe the players might turn up if we do a protest tomorrow.
Brother, man said protest, you know, man. Like they got a new stadium coming up, man. The protest will be done now, man. That's it now. You know what I mean? Protest is done now. You get me? So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Trucks, what are you saying, man? How you feeling? I know you've not been, you know what I mean? It's not been on your thought process lately, but what are you saying United right now?
Bro, I don't even know, man. I'll be honest with you. Like obviously, you get me? Like, you know what easy? See when Rance talks and he says them things, so I just start to have mad PTSD. I'm thinking, bro, we always expect what we expect, and we just don't get what we expect, bro. Like, Man United are Spurs, bro. We are the Spurs of the North, bro. That's the truth of it. Because we only seem to get up for Arsenal, bro. That's the truth of it. This is it. Like, same way Spurs only get up for Man City is the same way we only get up for these lot. I don't know. Listen, I want to win tomorrow. All I can say is I want to win. I want to get through. And I'm looking at, because obviously I'm looking at who's left in the Europa League. And if I'm looking at the Europa League, Man United should actually win that on paper. Realistically,
yes,
they should. But
realistically, yeah.
But on paper, obviously, if they lose tomorrow, it wouldn't surprise me, bro. It's 50-50 that I'll even watch it, because you know what? I've been finding that my moods are a lot better since I avoid watching Manchester United, bro. That's the truth of it. Like, so
wow, that's
I don't know, bro. Like, but it's listen. I told you earlier, Saeed, when I left that place at 65 minutes, yeah, and I saw Andy Cole walking with man, yeah, I'm like, bro, this is bad, fam. I can't keep doing this to myself. So, but Real Sociedad is Real Sociedad at the end of the day, and man don't care what state of affairs Manchester United is in. Man United should be able to go and thump up Real Sociedad at home. But boy, I don't know innit. I don't know innit. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
You know, we should smoke them. We should smoke them based on what I've seen of them. Yeah. In the first leg, in their own backyard, these men are not good in it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying we are, because we're not either. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it like I'm sitting on a high horse. I know we're not good either, but we should be slapping these lot. I'll be honest. It should be a 2-3-0 comfortable game, but it won't be. But it should be in it. That's the reality, bro.
Yeah. Mason Mount's back though, man. You know what I'm saying to you, man. Like Mason Mount,
off,
you know what I mean?
But
man, like Money Mount.
But listen. Excuse my French, but that pussy will be flipping injured by 12 o'clock tonight, bro.
Brother.
Bro, the wickedest thing is, I spent my whole time in this football YouTube space, beefing Luke Shaw. Then we signed another one.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Like, you know there was there, like, bro. I'll be real. We signed another Luke Shaw, bro. And
but they tried to slap him on the gram today, like he's here again. But fuck off, man.
Bro, they signed another Luke Shaw, bro, and they signed someone that's worse than Luke Shaw. That's the maddest thing, because Luke Shaw, when he came through at Southampton, he was supposed to be the future of England's left back situation for 15 years. He was meant to be like a wonder kid. Mason Mount ain't never been that. Mason Mount's always been meaty, blood. Like his whole career, blood. He's on more money than Luke Shaw, and he got the number 7. He's like Super Saiyan Luke Shaw, bro. How do you get the 7 and 250k?
Yeah,
one good season at Chelsea. One season, bro.
There's no way. There's no way a player like Luke Shaw can get away with what's happened, you know, with his body and the fan base and the club not looking into it and thinking what's happened. It's impossible. Luke's contract, Luke's time in Manchester United should be studied in Oxford University and Cambridge University of bad mistakes in sports, in sports deals. That's what it should be.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's not even a thing like Man United made a bad decision. Yeah, see Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's a real life F man, bro. Like he's a real fraudster, because what happens with him is that when someone goes to take his place, he ups his game. When he's due a contract, he ups.
Yeah,
his game.
I know.
As soon as someone's on the back burner or the contract signed, he's back. He's a real life fraudster, that guy, bro. 100%.
Man's got away with it, bro. Them two there have just been able to chill.
Yeah, but why aren't Man United like terminating his contract. Like Real Madrid would do that. They just go and collapse the contract, bro. Hold it, firm it.
Man's on TikTok
INEOS,
saying,
that's what I want to see. I want to
mum's
see
on benefits and that.
Yeah, man's on TikTok saying
your mum's on benefits.
But the reality of it is, yeah, if Luke Shaw wasn't a full star, his mum would be on benefits, blood. That's the truth.
Bro, listen, he's on benefits, bro, because he don't play, he don't work. You know the ones there, like, bro, I don't know what's man
He's a
talking
real
about.
life,
They don't work, bro. He's on benefits.
Yeah, he's a chief, but hey, Luke Shaw is a chief, man.
Yeah, but at this point, surely someone is gonna ask that what is his injury that is holding him back? And let's be
say muscle injury. You see with muscles, yeah, you can never can't determine it. One of them
has he got something wrong where his muscles deteriorate? You know what
you know what it is with Luke Shaw? You know what it is with Luke Shaw? The reason why they can't tell you what the injury is, is because his body is completely broken down. This is the honest truth. He's had so many surgeries and so many injuries that he's probably got so many muscular imbalances. And then on top of that, he's overweight as well. Like there's so many different things, that has happened to his body that his body cannot function at an elite level anymore. Like, and it's not necessarily completely his fault, because when you get a bad injury like that, it tends to happen. It's a chain, bruv. Like, and the chain, it goes up your body and you have injuries. However, managing your weight, doing your rehab, doing that, you can do that. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you're someone that deals with injuries anyway, anyone that's had any sort of injuries, especially with knees and ankles and stuff, if you reduce your weight, it helps. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? So this brother is doing a job where he's having to run a minimum of 10K at different intensities, carrying too much weight, and having limbs that have been fucking put back together, because man broke his leg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're giving your body even more work to do than it should have anyway as an elite sportsman. Like, and then you're not eating well, you're not eating properly, which means you're not recovering properly. Because if you don't eat properly, you can't recover properly. Do you know what I'm saying? And then man's out here doing TikToks, bro. He's awful, bro. I'll be honest.
You see the thing as well. Some like people think, just by looking at someone who's got a six-pack that they're healthy, fit, and all of this malarkey, and that's not the case. That is that.
But he ain't got a six-pack though. You know what I mean? So we don't need to do that.
Hey, bro, listen. Hey, a couple of my brethren, I've got six packs in that blood. They're on roids and cocaine, cuz. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? You get me? What we doing here? Luke Shaw, is physically been enabled to play football at a consistent high level for many years now. It's
many years,
It's a fact now. That I'm saying. So
Bruno's Bruno traps. Bruno is going to overtake him in appearances. You know that, by the way. And he was there. How many years less?
4, 5.
No,
about 5. About 5.
It's more than that. He came in 2014.
Luke Shaw's been at Man United 10 years.
11 years. About
more
11
than
years
10 years now.
Yeah, there you go then.
He came in to the 2015 season. Van Gaal, he was signed by Moyes, but he came in Van Gaal's first season.
6 years. Yeah. 6 years more.
Bro, so it's 10 years he's been at Man United, bro. I think Van Gaal was 14-15, wasn't it?
Yeah, 14-15. So
there you go. Well, there you go. So Luke Shaw's been there for over a decade, mate.
You know, Moyes actually bought him, pre-agreement. Pre-agreement. So that's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like, he could technically still be here for another 2.5 years. You know that,
He will be. Because you can't get rid of him.
Wait. Hold on, didn't his contract run out in the summer?
Nah. He signed a new deal like 2 years ago or the year before.
2 years ago.
Yeah, I think. Ten Hag gave him a new deal, I believe.
Ten Hag gave him a new deal because he went on this good run. And this is what happens.
Ten Hag gave him a new deal, but then in the press conference said that he didn't know Luke Shaw got a new deal.
I know. I remember that, as well.
Yeah.
I'm not about, it was for Ten Hag, it was about control, innit? Because he was like, I want it announced when I tell you to, innit? And obviously the club just told him, it's been announced. So you get me? That's Ten Hag militant moving right there. But I get what you mean, Fast. Like, he didn't know about it, you know what I mean, in that regards. But yeah, bro, like, it is what it is. Like, Rashford got one after that one good season. Tried to go to PSG and say, and say to his agents, let's go and try and force a move to PSG. United shit themselves. gave him a new deal. Shit themselves.
Hey, less on Rashford though, man.
Bro, listen, Rashford ain't done shit for Villa, man. I don't know what this hype is.
He hasn't. They're trying to hype it as he
They're
scored.
trying to hype it up. I've not been hearing you lately, raps, man.
Has he scored yet, Saeed?
He hasn't scored yet.
Nah, he hasn't.
He's got one or two assists and that's it. He ain't done nothing. I've chatted to a couple of Villa guys and he ghosts in games, you know.
Yeah,
he's still ghosting in games.
Doing the same thing.
Bro,
he's doing the same thing.
Bro, you look, listen, bro, you can say what you want to say, but I'm telling you this now, yeah. I wouldn't mind Rashford as an option right now.
Bro, I wouldn't mind Alanga as an option. Forget Rashford.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Reds, I told man this. You see, if you go through all the players that have left our club the last 2-3 years, and they put together that team absolutely pulverizes this team that we have. Pulverizes them. Yeah?
Which one?
And that's what if the players that we've let go, the Alangas and obviously the Greenwoods and whatever else. If you put that team together,
that
smashes this team to bits.
Yeah, but I've always said that Man United get rid of the wrong players, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? We got rid of Alanga and Pellistri, who could have done a job, especially in this system as wingbacks. I think they would have both been decent, especially Pellistri. Do you know
what's happened to you? So, what's happened to you, man's dog? Pogba. I thought you was on this Pogba back train and that.
Yo, listen, I don't know, man. Sometimes I wake up, I'm like, yo, bring him back. Sometimes by the end of the day, I'm like, nah, this fan base, you know what I mean? The toxicity in the club.
Listen, I
don't want him back at Man United. I don't want him back at Man United. But if it was to happen, I'd be happy. But I don't want him.
What a 6-month deal, Rants, no?
Well, it would be less than that. Yeah, it would be like summer.
Like a 4 month to the summer.
Yeah, to the summer.
It's not even a 4 month. Like if they gave him a deal for 4 months plus another year
until January.
Plus another year. Like I'll be cool with that, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's one of them ones where it's an area of the pitch that we are lighting. Like if we're being 100% honest with ourselves, we're light in midfield, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we're very light in midfield. Like we've got Bruno back there. And Casemiro's definitely leaving. We've got Collier and Kobe Mino can't play in that double pivot. So we're very light.
Yep.
Very light.
I'll be so honest with you, yeah. Pogba, for what we have, if they said they was bringing him back for 4 months, I wouldn't even moan at it, even though I don't really agree with the situation. But I'm telling you this, there's a flip side to this. If Paul Pogba accepts a 4-month deal from this club, drug test him again that same day. The same day. Drug test him the same day, bro. Yeah. Because
it depends. Obviously, he's still got to get much sharpness in it. He's not playing football for a while, so I don't know how long you'd see the best of Paul Pogba until the end of the season. You know what I mean? It might be just a case of doing it then, and then, like Rand says, give him a 1-year deal, see how he does, and then see how he trains, how the manager sees him. If the manager says he's in kind of almost like, you know, his fitness levels are very, very good and he's in capable hands, then cool. Yeah, I mean, bring him, whatever. But ultimately, the way that
what are you saying, Said? Invite him to train?
Bro, listen, we'll do everything in there.
I think they should do that anyway, blood. Like, bro, man's got the yard in Manny. Might as well get him in training.
I think he's in Miami right now because obviously Miami's just hot all year round, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
it is. It's Caribbean.
Footballers just go down there and he's training with his trainer that he's always been training with. So he's there right now, innit? You feel me? And I feel like he's better than going to Miami. You know what I mean, bro? He's better than that,
no,
bro.
It's too early for him to go to America. I think he'll end up in America the next stop. He's got one more stop before that.
It's even Neymar. Look, Neymar's like, apparently he's looking to come back to Barcelona because he knows that he's too good for that league. Like that league, Brazil league is not the greatest league in the world. He's saying
no, it's not. People go there to retire, bro. Like, but
bro.
Memphis is there. Who else is in Brazil at the moment, bro? Like, man, go there to retire, bro. Like,
bro. If you see how Suarez is moving, like in that MLS thing,
he's put on bare weight as well, Suarez.
Bro, the way he's moving in that league is absolute garbage, bro. He could never survive. He couldn't play League One here.
Yeah, Memphis went to do the whole Brazilian rap thing, bro. He's going there for his music career, bro.
He's going there for lifestyle because he's retired now. This is like semi-retirement. That's the pension money there. You get me? Man's just living life, bro. He's doing side quests over there. You know what I mean? Whining gal and that. I hear it.
Bro, he's on Brazilian Carnival right now. You know the ones there, bro.
Man see him chilling in the favelas with bare youths and that. I think this guy's
a gunman and that. Yeah, man, he's a real G, blood.
Bro, come on, bro. He's just chilling, bro. He's there, innit? You get me? Like them part-time Instagram, part-time.
Zaha's gone over there as well. That's a mad one still.
Yeah, Zaha's in America.
Yeah, I seen him, bro.
MLS.
Yeah, Charlotte or something, yeah.
Yeah, he's still moaning, man. I seen him getting doubled up on and tripled up on, and he was like, he was just bare moaning, bro. I was like, yo, this guy's Zaha. He don't change your Zaha, man. He's getting outnumbered by these Inter Miami players. I was like, bro, what's going on there, man? But nah, honestly, bro, like it's one of them where you get me. Like, obviously, Omar Barada, they've got their own mind in it, and they're trying to go down this route where they buy players for the team rather than for the manager, innit? And I think that's a good thing, bro. Like, no more the days that we see bare man from Ajax or bare man from Sporting Lisbon or wherever any managers from, in it, and trying to raid their football clubs, bro. Like, I'm sick of that, bro. You get me? Like, having to find out the club, and we're trying to beg for the club. You get me? And then they try to take the piss out of us. And then you see Anthony doing interviews with Fabrizio. You get me? Like, yo, get me out of here.
One with Fabrizio.
Yeah, he did an interview. Was it like a written interview, innit, Faz? I remember they did like a written interview. And he was like, basically, get me out of here, man. And then obviously Ten Hag was like, yo, man, I'll come save you, man.
Yeah, Anthony blasted Ajax, innit, to get the
I remember he went on strike, but I didn't realize he done that.
Yeah, he did it. Not a written interview. It was a face-to-face interview, bro.
Was it face-to-face?
It was a camera interview, yeah.
There you go.
And
there you go. I didn't even know that. I thought it was written interview. Yeah.
Ajax buckled and then let him go.
Damn.
Yeah, we are a shambles. That Adney thing's a whole shambles anyway, bro. Because my man's gone over there. He's now the face of La Liga, by the way. Yeah,
bro, they're in the league now, blood. I swear they were. But he's helped them up the table.
No, but he's the face of La Liga now, and basically, we got my man over here, yeah, Mr. Ruben, talking about, it's the physicality, and my man's agent saying, blood, you're chatting shit, blood. What are you talking about?
You know what he did, though. To give
He's right though, because why weren't we too physical for Sociedad? Why is the tie not over?
Now, you know what, Chubbs? Let me just defend the manager. I think he got embarrassed in it, and he's been basically shown up in it. He's been embarrassed, basically. A real Ferdinand put it to him and said, yo, what I got for Anthony, man? Rah, what's going on here? And then he was like, well, you know what, man? It's a physical thing, innit? You know, it's a physical thing. You know what I mean? And obviously, bro, he's on the back foot, bro. He's on the back foot. He said, let me just defend myself here.
He did. We gotta be real, yeah. It's like we gotta be real, yeah. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this now. I'm not hammering him out, but I am not a big fan of this geezer, bro. I'm telling you this now.
What is it? What is it you don't like?
Bro,
what is it you don't like?
Brother, we cannot be seeing like you've got men like Jamie Carragher, these men talking about Ahmad and Anthony when they played this, that, and the third, and the man was talking about physicality. I told you what man was doing in the group chat. I said, I feel like I paid Amorim for 10. And he's trying to sell man 5 right now. Yeah, he's trying to give man 5. I'm like, bro, we're not, bro. Just like, don't listen. Simple thing as a manager. Yeah, if you don't know, if you're doing things for your own reasons and you can't explain it, just don't answer the flipping question. Don't talk rubbish to man. Because it's gonna make man think, bro, what? Like,
you call him the poet, though, man. He's the poet for a reason. Ronaldo called him the poet. Ronaldo was right. He loves to talk. He loves to speak. Like, you know, like it's one of them. Like, you know what it is? He looks like he don't want to talk, yeah. Then he over talks and he starts smiling and that. And obviously, that's just the way he is, isn't it?
Why are you man cooking Amorim for, man? Leave him alone. We should be talking about
because
this INEOS guy, man. What he said yesterday, in the interview, man. We should be talking about the interview stuff. What INEOS really said, because he needs to be held accountable, Jim. He needs to be held properly accountable, you know. Man started slipping and he started using the tactic, sticking it on Gary, saying, oh, you know how the people are in the club. Oh, you know how some of the directors are in the Premier League, in other teams, you know, trying to get his way out of conversation. I'll give Gary one credit, yeah, that at least
he's smart.
He stuck it on him with some tough questions. How can an interviewer give you an example, an idea of fundraiser that you hired the best in class who couldn't give you the idea of? It's just mad. He's mad. So who's he really got hired? And then he's made some expensive mistakes. He's held his hand up, and I get that he's taking the brunt of things because of the Glazers doing. But at the end of the day, the interview coming out, the timing of it, and then the stadium announcement timing of it is a bit mad after the protest. It's a real mad thing, and I look at it like that he's just trying to.
You don't believe this conspiracy theory is too much, man.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. No, it's not.
It's just, it is. Publicity. You have to remember, yeah.
You saw himself, say, yeah, we signed players in collaboration, keeping talking to the manager. If we didn't, we wouldn't sign the Dutch players. So the 2 Dutch players that we have, who are they, bro? Who are they? One of them ended up being our best player. But my man is saying, "Oh, we wouldn't have signed the Dutch players if the manager."
But I feel like the interview was
bro, Mazraoui's Dutch as well, by the way.
Yeah, Dutch Moroccan.
Dutch Moroccan, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we signed both of them from Bayern Munich, bro. The Xerxes signing was a Wilcox signing. We know that. The Bayern thing could have definitely been a Ten Hag because they both played for him.
Yeah.
So he was probably talking about Mazraoui and De Ligt.
Yeah.
He was probably talking about them two, but it doesn't matter because they're 2 very good players.
Yeah,
so I'd rather not hear Jim talk about football, bro. Just talk about the business side.
Yeah.
If I want to hear football, then put Wilcox on the mic, innit?
Yeah, because he got caught as well. He said, "Oh, you saw how the fans got behind the team, in the second half of Arsenal. So why are you not mentioning the other games? Apparently, you're such a Man United fan."
After the game, he was there, innit? He was there physically.
Yeah.
But he gets caught out on these things, bro. He
doesn't watch us, bruv. I'll be real. Like listening to that interview. What I took from it is that he don't really watch us.
Yeah,
and that's fine. He's not supposed to. Do you know what I'm saying? But I took from it he doesn't watch us.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
he said that the Glazers gave the managers of the people who ran Old Trafford a lot of freedom to do what they want. But then he himself doesn't know the nitty-gritty of certain things that are being decided. Man said, "Oh, I didn't even know that 40 grand was cancelled from the ex-players." I've got no issue with it. I think it's great. Save the pennies. Cool. But the fact that he doesn't know the nitty-gritty of things is mad.
No, to be fair, Faz, it's not his job to know that. He pays people to do that.
Yeah, but you get away with saying he pays people to know that. But also, you took over a business knowing how mad this business is. You have to get stuck in for the first year or two.
Faz, no, bro. No, Faz.
Step aside and the business can run itself. You hired people to run it for you who made a £14 million mistake for you in the first 6 months. That's the fact.
I mean, Faz, at the end of the day, look, if I turn around, say for instance now, if I'm the owner of Mandem Talk and I say to you, listen, we need to cut costs. You man cut the costs. But if someone comes up to me and says to me, "Oh, did you know that flipping Faz took £40,000 from so and so that Nedu in the chat?" I'm like, brother, I don't know, I don't care. I just told them to cut costs. That's cutting costs, isn't it?
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's not the thing is, people are doing all this scrutiny, like talking about Jim, this and interviews and this and that. Bro, the whole protest the other day, it wasn't INEOS out. Remember that, it was Glazers out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right now,
that's what I'm saying.
People throw their anger at whatever because Man United are shit. That's the truth of it. But the truth is, what Jim says in the interview is basically it's just an opinion of he's the owner of the sporting operations, but that's in his own opinion. He's not going to know everything because he's not doing everything himself. So I'm saying, it is what it is. But the people are talking about it being like a conspiracy, like, they announced the stadium. Bruv, they're looking for funding of the government, bruv. So they must have got some kind of clearance to be announcing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just I think it's just a coincidence that it's all happened in time. But there's no real details about it. Just an AI picture of some thing with a free like, I don't know what they're called. Like
free devils,
or whatever. Some mad net round it and that. But there's not like saying, "Oh, we're starting on this date, where this is going to be happening by this date." There's no timeline or anything. It's just because we're getting a new stadium. Yeah. So what?
Yeah. Well, fans are always going to complain. Like for me, that stadium, I think it's a positive thing, isn't it? If I'm being honest with you, like,
of course it is.
It's a positive thing. We were talking about it before, like Old Trafford. Let's be honest, man. Like, bro, it's not the greatest. We're getting laughed at for having a pitch and a facility that ain't up to scratch. So then fans will complain about that, bro. Like, so I don't know, but I do believe there are a lot of things that INEOS will do that fans will complain about, and they have to take on that scrutiny. They have to, but they have to fully, go with that idea. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I don't necessarily blame the people for complaining, not because they have the right to, or they're in the right to complain. By the way, people complain because that's just how they're programmed, especially in the UK, because they're miserable fucks.
Yeah, 100%.
Everybody's miserable, so they just complain. That's nothing. That doesn't mean that the decision INEOS are making are wrong. A new stadium is what I wanted personally, and I'm happy with that. You know, I think 100,000 seat a stadium only goes back and employs 200-300 more people that he had to let go this year. He's gonna end up bringing in more jobs and hopefully, you know, all of that stuff, which is great. So let's see how the stadium and all of that comes out. But I just feel like a bit of weird one, because they said this project 21 by 2028, but a new stadium by 2030. And I'm like, how are you gonna make that work? That's a mad project, man. That's a very heavy duty project to get two of these things done, where you want to do project 21 by 28 and then a new stadium by 30. It's tough.
I think the two things are not connected though. So it's one of them ones where
the stadium, obviously, the stadium's building doesn't affect
stuff like that. Yeah, because the budget for the stadium is going to be away from squad building. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and they're probably going to get private investors. You know how these things work.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a mad government swing.
And he also said, Traps. He also said that we expect the club to be in Europa League for the next 4 years.
No, he didn't say that. He said that he's budgeting with that expectation, because before the Glazers were budgeting with Champions League. And they were shooting too high. So when we missed the Champions League, now you've budgeted for argument's sake, say that you're going to get 100 million from Champions League, but you're only getting 25 million from Europa. So you shouldn't budget for something that's not a guarantee. So they said, we're going to budget on the lower end and we're going to shoot low. So even if we aim above, then you know what I'm saying? We're living within our means, and that's what we need to do.
Yeah,
it's a sensible thing to do. I think with the stadium as well. Yeah, I just think that Man United fans are going on like, oh, this historic stadium and this and the other. But listen, there's a lot of things. If you look around the world, there's a lot of stadiums that have been people have moved stadiums. It's just Man United fans that seem to think that we don't need to do so. We don't need to do that, bro. Sometimes things come to an end. This stadium's been around for God knows how long. Yeah, it's not. Don't get me wrong. Looking at it when you go into the stadium and you have a look at it, I don't really see the issue with it.
But it looks good on the outside, but the inside,
but the inside, oh cool, it's not up to date. But in the reality of it is, bruv, like, what's the history that these are really talking about, bruv? Like, football matches have been played.
Don't say that, man. Don't be on to you now,
man. But it's true though. It's like, bro, we've won football matches. We've had epic football matches, but there's been epic football matches at flipping Main Road. And then I mean, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, this Main Road, Man City. I've literally
don't say Main Road. Say another stadium, man. Main Road.
No, but listen, they've come out. No, but let's be honest. They've come out of Main Road. Gone to Etihad and won bare trophies.
Even Wembley, bro. It's a new Wembley stadium.
Yeah, exactly. Wembley's new. Do you think any of these men care about Main Road anymore? They might have the memories, but they don't give a shit about Main Road. I don't think, we should really go back to Main Road. No one's gonna think that.
Right.
And that's the
problem
with fans. The problem with fans, you need to just do things and not listen to the fan base, because they'll get used to it. They're not going to stop coming because we moved.
West Ham got a new stadium. West Ham just won a European trophy in the new stadium. Do you know what I'm saying?
West Ham fans though, they complain that they missed the bowling though.
Yeah, but they can say that they miss it. Yeah, but the reality is, it's not coming back in it. So you can miss it all you want.
I hear that, man. You can miss it all you want. Miss that environment. They miss the hostility. They miss the fact that like we used to like have good games there.
Saeed, look what we was talking about the other earlier. Bro, there's that Euros tournament where they're talking about this stadium, that stadium. Old Trafford, this iconic stadium ain't involved because it's shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How can Manchester United, the one that's this stadium that you lot love so much, not be involved in that? Because it's trash. It's beat down. It's derelict. Just get rid of it.
You know what it is?
Get rid of it. Build a new one.
I'll be honest with you, and obviously we'll get the Manda's opinion as well, man. But I feel like ultimately, I'll be blunt. They feel like they're gonna lose a lot of the hardcore fans if they go into that new stadium. And what it is, is a lot of gatekeeping. It's gatekeeping, isn't it? Like,
hey man, that went to FC United. How's that going?
That's what I'm saying. I'll be real with you. They don't want tourist fans. They don't want tourist fans. They don't want it to become a place where they don't recognize the club anymore. You know what they say? I don't recognize the club anymore. That's what it is.
Recognize?
Like, as in, like, they go there and they see, like, they don't have Mandem that.
They don't want too many foreigners there.
But you're talking about the core fans.
Yeah, the core fans don't want You know, they want the core fans still be there, innit? And if they don't have it,
who wants them there?
Learning in the chat.
Who wants them there?
So basically, what I've been seeing. Come on. I have to bring it back for you, Nordin. I know you wanted him back. I shout to Nordin.
Yes, King. Welcome back. Your last time talking. You, the trap clips, everybody's coming out the woodwork, bro. What's going on here? The last traps in the mic, you know. Everybody's like, right. Man, let's get out there.
They got in the mic, man. They got in the mic, man. Yeah. They got Nordin.
How are you, first of all? How are you, bro?
I'm all good, man. I'm good.
We've not seen you, man. I've not even seen you at the game. I've not seen you.
Listen, man. I told you I threw in the towels. I don't even know. I can't even. The game was so bad. I can't even remember who we played. But I left at 65 minutes, and that was me done. I said the season was done from there. Done.
You got Leon.
So I'm not on it. The season's done. I don't care if Man United get to a Europa League final. I'm not going.
Nah, man. It's good to see you well, though. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Well.
Big up, man.
Big up. Getting back into the chat. But it's good to see you well, bro. Good to see you. Big up, Kings.
Yeah, no,
big up to everyone, man. Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you lot hitting the like button as well in the video, man. We got currently 582 likes, man. Let's get that up, man. We've got 2.3k in the building, man. But what I was trying to get to, right, was that I think there's a gatekeeping of like what fans should be there and how it should be viewed at Old Trafford. And if you go to a bigger stadium, you'll see more tourist fans. You'll see more fans that don't get United and get the culture, and then they're going to lose that. So that's why they don't want to leave necessarily Old Trafford. You feel me? Because they feel like they're going to lose that. They're already losing that maybe right now. So that's where I think that's
you're not going to see. You're definitely going to see a lot of Manchester fans, fans from Manchester, should I say? Because the way they're going to do the tier system, they'll make sure that. You know, selling 100,000 on a random week is very difficult. As great as you think it may be, to pack in another 30,000 in the stadium, it is not easy, bro. It is very, very difficult. And the operational side of it as well for every week, sometimes 2 times a week, is very difficult. So they might price the tickets in a way where they are getting the local fans, you know, in a lot more. And he also said, in the interview that we're going to have to do the pricing based on systems where people have been coming to their games, or as he said, loyal customers. Yeah. So people who are season ticket holders who've been going to the majority of the games. So there'll be some sort of tier system.
He said go into the smaller games as well. Not as well,
yeah.
Go to the big games, which is smart.
Yeah.
The more you can afford to have a big difference between the high end and the low end. It makes sense. It makes a lot.
But most definitely what they will do is they will move a lot of people into areas of the stadium where they are not happy with. For example, my seat, I love my seat.
Yeah, you're not getting that shit back in the new stadium. And if you do, you're going to have to pay double the money.
Way more. It's probably going to be 10, 15 grand exec seat, you know, for example, because they're going to box it off like Barcelona do, you know, in Camp Nou, behind the manager. It's a very premium executive seat. And that's what they're probably going to do, which is a lot of people are going to be upset about it. But just like anything, you just have to suck it up. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, see Liverpool, yeah? Hey, Liverpool got something like if you live in certain postcodes, you get certain prices of tickets and that.
I don't know, you know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There'll be someone in the chat that knows.
Yeah. But he did mention though. Yeah. Like if I said there, he did mention about the fans, and then there's other fans, you feel me? Like as in he's trying to separate the two in it. So people that don't just give their ticket away in it. And obviously they're not maybe going into the stadium in it.
I think everyone needs to realize there is that what you probably need to look at is that what's Old Trafford at now? What's it 70,000?
79,
74, 73, 74.
Yeah, 73. 74,000. Yeah.
So what they're gonna add another 26,000 onto there. Just know this: them 26,000 they're adding on there. Them tickets are not for you, man. Just remember that.
Yeah, I know.
Remember exactly. And also, there's gonna be more executive boxes, all these other things like the Tottenham Stadium, and same to the Arsenal one as well. At Arsenal, there's loads of what you call the corporate things where these businesses bring their clients and shit like that. These are not seats for everyone. Do you know what I mean? And at United, it's gonna be like that. They're gonna have their corporate seats. There's going to be a lot of them.
It's already like that.
Right,
But what they're
right.
trying to
Yeah,
do,
but I know, but it's going to be even more so like that.
But
Yeah.
it's all.
I
But
think
in the last 2-3 years, it's expanded. As Saeed, like
Yeah.
Saeed sits in the East Stand. That's where some of the hardcore, right opposite the Stretford, and it's a lot of the hardcore.
Yeah.
As Saeed, like majority of the section where he sits, all of that is all corporate now. So every corner of the stadium is corporate. My 2 pence into this. I called Manchester United to have a 100-seater stadium 10 years ago. I was telling people 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, there's no reason why Manchester United can't have a 10, you know what I mean?
100K stadium.
You know what? 100,000 seater stadium because of the amount of people who are on waiting list. Am I going to be sad at the memories? I've been going there since I was 11 years old. I'm going to be sad because the memories of all the most amazing things that I saw. But I think in life, change. You have to just get with the change. Do I think there was a way of Manchester United staying in that location, in that stadium? Yeah. The work should have been done 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That work to go and rebuild it, renovate it, doing it every summer, renovating every side of it, doing the proper work with it. I think that work could have been done. And I even think Manchester United for a season could have moved to another stadium somewhere, or played maybe somewhere, right? Somewhere in the north.
What? The Etihad?
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United.
That will never happen, man.
No,
That
listen,
why not?
it happened though.
Why not?
It's already happened after the war.
It happened.
No, I'm talking about modern day time.
When Old Trafford got bombed, it happened. So
yeah, I get that.
And this is nothing new. But for me, the biggest thing is that for the memories, for those people who are now despondent, who are other than them people mocking them, people understand it means a lot. That's their church. Old Trafford is their church, right? Old Trafford is the place where they had some of their best memories in their lives or whatever. And some people, it means that much to them, right? So I don't like the people on socials who are mocking people who are devastated at the fact about that. But I personally...
but I get Nuruddin though, but you also have to understand that, like, a lot of it, we need change, bro. Like,
no. I just said to you, Saeed, I said to you, right, the only reason why you could not have done what you're doing now it's too late. Because we know what, we've been in every four corners of that stadium from inside to the outside, and it's crumbling. It's very difficult now. It's going to cost a lot of money to renovate, and you haven't got a place where Manchester United can play, where now they're telling us they need the money, so they need the stadium revenues, right? So then what's the point of sharing Man City, right? So what I'm saying to you, that work should have been done 15 years ago. 15 years ago, that work should have been added to it. Look what Liverpool have done. Liverpool have almost transformed Anfield, no word of a lie, into a modern stadium. And they've been chipping away in the last how many years, renovating different areas of the stadium. And their plan is to continue. They're not stopping. Their plan is to look at a game and maybe turn it into 80,000 seater or 75,000 seater, right? At the moment, it's 60 something, right? So at the end of the day, I understand the people, especially people from Manchester, or people from anywhere, to be fair, who've got certain things about that stadium, who have got certain things that they don't want to let go. Everybody's different. Not all of us have to be the same. I do think it's time to modernize. It's time to move on, right? But I'm not here for this PR bullshit after the day after the effing protest. I'm not here for this. And Traps and Rants and everybody else who thinks about this senile pensioner, chatting maca about football that he never watches, doesn't even have a clue about what he's watching. Yeah, the crowd went up when the tackle. I saw the Evans tackle. The crowd were involved, Gary. The crowd were up. Right? He comes out and then he pretends and lies to the fans and says, oh yeah, we were going broke. What are you talking about? We were going broke. How come we never had a statement from the New York Stock Exchange? How come we never had that statement? What are you talking about? You know that Manchester United, 30% of it's in the New York Stock Exchange. You have to announce what's going on with the shareholders. You have to make a statement. And then 1 minute it's like...
He never said we was broke. It was going broke.
It was me. And the next minute he's talking about chemistry, man. There ain't no... Manchester United ain't no dating site, man. This ain't no Love Island about chemistry. It was chemistry, Gary. It was just chemistry. Listen,
At the end of the day, some people in the fan base see it and look at it. There are people like me who want to burn the shit down and start again, right? And there are people who just like, you know what? They're not emotionally, they're not too involved. And then there's another huge section, and that huge section is split into two. Bootlickers who will lick boot and always say what the people on top are saying and take it as that. And then there is sheep. And you know what? For a lot of things what's going on at this football club, and I said it from 2005, I've been saying this for 20 years, right? The first protest when they came to this football club. Some of us tried to fight, and some of the people became bootlickers, and the rest of them have become sheep. So sheep are gonna sheep. People like me are always gonna have a fucking say because I'll never be silenced. I will never be silenced.
Nurdin, he said a lot of corporate jargon. A lot of corporate jargon. Nobody can deny. He said in the interview, "Oh, we had a board meeting. It was a lot. It was a really good board meeting, yeah." Bro, what the fuck did you do in the board meeting if your board members could not have the neurons to come up with an idea to just do a raffle? Put Bruno and Harry in a room, do a raffle, get 40 grand. The fact isn't that they pulled the 40 grand. The fact is these men are not even having the neurons to come up with these basic ideas. And then he had the cheek to say, "Oh, I would support that. I would support that if someone brought that to me." Bro, these man,
but
having meetings and drinking cappuccino for the sake of it. Honestly, after the interview, I could tell he was using tactics to get Gary to buy into what he's saying.
You're going back to the same thing.
But Vance, he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to do that, Vance. I'm gonna mute. Like everybody can come back in. He doesn't need to do that. But Gary's in business with him, bro. But at the times when he was pressing him and he was trying to make his way out of things, he's looking at Gary going, "Gary, you're not getting any of the apartments, lad. You're not getting any of the apartments."
But what did he say?
Don't know.
You know some of the people in the club.
People don't know. This regeneration BS, it was Gary Neville that hooked it up. And we know that from reports, 2018, the Glazers have been wanting to do this. But we know that no mayor in Manchester was ever going to go into deal with the Glazers. But you had to have the British consistent in it, the British. But to me, it was an embarrassing watch. And anybody who thinks he came across and all that, he didn't come across well. Come across somebody who's in this for vanity. Because I was we were the first Europeans to cross the Mongolia, China. And people didn't want my passport. They wanted a selfie instead. And that's why outside Fulham, he was asking the fans when they were telling him, "Listen, 66 fucking quid, you're taking the piss." He's like, "Do you want a selfie? This is how out of touch. Tell me you're out of touch without telling me you're out of touch." United is a vanity project. The idea of them trying to shoestring the budget and not make cuts, that's never been heard of in football. Every football club, every owner in football makes a loss. Every football club. Everybody has to put their own money in and they make a loss. The guy at Nottingham Forest, there's 100 million hole because some of the people he employed messed up. You know what he did? He said, "I'll eat that. So you have to pay me in a lower interest. It's small time when Nottingham Forest are doing all right. Even Arsenal made the loss. Liverpool, every football club makes a loss. Unless you're blood doping like Man City, right? That's the difference. So when this idea, him telling you, well, 5 years. Yo, I don't know if I'm going to be here next month, mate. I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow. This idea, and majority of you absolute sheep, you lapping it up is unbelievable. But at the end of the day, I go back to what I'm hearing today. So what I'm hearing today is that Harry Maguire's getting a bloody contract, right?
Where's this?
Harry Maguire's going to get a contract. But then I'm like, so are we going to move from playing so deep when Harry's in the team to go and play football? How are we going to do that if we're going to give him a project? So what's the difference? What's the difference between Glazer and INEOS? And then he goes and sits there and is like, "Yeah, well, I admit it. We take the blame for that." Listen, I made a video on my channel how incompetent you were, and you got found out at Nice. I made that video to say that you're going to be incompetent. And in 12 months, you made so many mistakes, the mismanagement, more people have to lose their jobs because of the money you spent, because of your mismanagement. And
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. You can say people have been sacked because of his mistakes, but he's not sacking the people so that he can recoup the money for his mistakes, because sacking those people does not get him 14 million back. Nowhere near, actually. It's the running of the organization. As much as it hurts me as well, it's how the organization should have been ran. You've overhired, and people have been sat around getting free lunches and just dossing about. Let's be deadly honest. They've been.
I personally think
a lot of people been dossing about, and listen.
We've seen it. We've seen the graphs. We've seen the graphs of the outlay from the club and how in the last decade, the expenditure's gone up, the hiring's gone up, and the efficiency of how it's run has not gone up, bro. Like, so I can't sit here, and say that because man wants to run an efficient business, like it's wrong and he should just throw money into. But bro, everyone wants an efficient business, bro. Like saying that, but it's cool to run in a loss, just throw your own money in. That's not good business, bro. Like it's not good business.
I mean, if we're gonna be, do you know what it is? Yeah, like Man United fans, they have their football brain on. They see things how they see things. Obviously, it's got an emotion attached to whatever. But if you look at it from a reality perspective of this, Manchester United can't even cook chicken. And give it to fans, sell it to fans. So why do you have so many employees? But the stadiums run down.
Precisely.
The food is the worst. Bruv, face facts. All these people, all these local jobs, and these local people are going there. They were going there and they were taking the flipping piss, bruv.
And giving man food poisoning. 100%.
And giving man food poisoning and not doing their jobs properly and doing all kinds of stuff. Now all of a sudden they're getting sacked. It's all a big hoo-ha. Even the Ferguson thing, what he said about the Ferguson thing, he said, we can't afford to pay you £2 million a year. My man said he'll step down. Everyone's getting involved in it. But why does Ferguson even want £2 million? What's Ferguson doing with £2 million? Do you know how much money the man's got? But people will say, nah. It's all about the sentimental value. You have to remember, Jim Ratcliffe is not on the sentimental thing. He's on, how can I get this club to be self-sustainable, make money, get my money back, and be good on the football pitch? It's a big ask, but at the end of the day, you know what it's like? These men are about their money first. We know this. So when the man's come in, one thing you're gonna know about people that have got big money and that they don't like lazy people. They don't like lazy people. They see a man doing laziness, they hate it. It disgusts them. Because these men are not. They're very. They might not be. They might be conniving and they might do certain things in a certain way, but they're not far from lazy. They will get up and sit up till 4 o'clock in the morning to make that deal, to make that £1 million, to make that £2 million. So when they see a man sitting around, they say, well, why is the chicken not cooked properly, big man? They said, sorry, I was late. It's like, get these men out of here. Because what is the point of having these men here? What, because they're local? What, because it represents the club? Oh, it's the heart of the club. But so the heart of the club is basically shit football, shit stadium, and shit chicken. That's the heart. That's the heart of the club. Come on, bruv. Let's be real about it. Just like let me
say a couple of things. I need to jet off, but let me say firstly, I don't know if you planned this, Saeed, but this looks like a fantastic lineup. Marcel on that side, me on this wing, Texino in the middle, you three as the centre backs.
Yep.
Nuruddin and Leon as strikers.
Come on.
Hang on one sec. Saeed right back. Mad.
Listen, man. Don't worry, man. I got the.
Man. You know, man's dictating play, man. You know, man's dictating the play.
And I'll cover you, Saeed, man. I'll cover you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can do box to box. Box to box. Create the play.
Make the overlap, G. Make the overlap.
Listen. What?
Inside forward runs.
One game with left back for me, but I'm getting the Luke Shaw treatment. Get him out of the club.
You know what we said, yeah? I don't know if Rans saw that show. Rans, did you see that show me and Saeed did last week on Friday?
I was in the chat, but what part of it?
We said someone said Rance's knees are gone, yeah. So we said Rance is our set piece coach. if we ever have a game, Mandem talk game, Rance is the set piece coach.
Yeah, bro, 100%. 100%.
We said Traps can bring the water, the Lucozade, and Nuruddin is the manager.
I'm too high-headed to be a manager, mate. I'm too high-headed to be a manager. Your Rats can be manager. No problem.
Nuruddin is sacked every game, bro.
I'll show the intensity in the rondos, no problem, man. I've got one. Not both are gone. One of them's gone. Big up, man. Listen, I've got Metis King in the middle of it. Big up to you, King.
Yeah, Texino, man. Texino. Big up Texino.
I love Mandem, man. Love me on the show, man. Trust me, man. Tune in every week. So obviously, nice to be here, but obviously just letting the thing run right now.
Big up, man.
What do you think? What do you think about the debate that's going on with the INEOS and whatnot? Like, what do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? What are you saying, bro?
I mean, bro, do you know what? Yeah, you see me. You see the job I do. Yeah, I'm a recruiter, bro. You see business, bro. People don't like change, and as Jim mentioned yesterday, yo, he will be hated in order to turn things around. He was mentioning a few numbers just off the dome in terms of, you know, what he wants in the future, how he's going to get things down in order for us to make profit by the time we have a new stadium. By the time we have a new stadium, obviously, he's trying to outlay things in terms of we should be challenging for silverware and them things there, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So in terms of the business side of things, yeah, I kind of, you know, see eye to eye with Ratcliffe. But talking the football side of things, you even see he was trying to fan it off by, you know, saying Barada and Ruben Amorim, they talk every day type of thing. So if you wanna talk football, talk to Barada. If you wanna talk business, you talk to me. And my goal here is to obviously decrease the debt, because you kept mentioning the numbers in terms of debt. He's trying to decrease the debt and obviously turn it into profit, innit? And people don't like change in business, so you know, these things happen, bro. You just gotta suck up to it, bro. Trust me, it's the reality. He's gonna be here for a while. He looks like he is hands-on. As he said, the Glazers are 3,000 miles away. He's trying to be much more hands-on than everyone else. He's trying to reassure everyone that he's got a team underneath him, innit? So right now, you just gotta kind of follow the journey, bro. You get it? I understand there's a bit of trauma in the last God knows how many years with the Glazers, but look, listen, he's trying to change things and he's trying to build brick by brick, innit? That's exactly what it looks like to me. So that's what I took majority from that sort of interview, bro.
You see, with me, yeah, I don't agree with necessarily everything you were saying, Nuruddin, about the INEOS and the Glazers. They're definitely not the same. I'm not saying that INEOS are gonna achieve unbelievable things and we're gonna win titles with them and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I already said to Mandem that it's going to be a cheap squad that makes top 4. That's my prediction, just to make the fans happy. But they, of course, look, everybody wanted a full sale, right? Every single person wanted a full sale. Yeah. It's a bit shit, like, because these guys are basically, do you know what I mean? They're enabling the Glazers to stay here. And I don't agree with the PR as well. So that's why me on the same wavelength, Nuruddin. Like the PRs, I feel the PR in right now, innit? But I think with what they've done so far, there are some things that have been changed. Like the kind of players that we signed is definitely changed. I'm not too worried about majority of the players. I don't think there's a bad egg that we've signed since they've come in, really, that I'm that worried about. Not really. But I don't know. It's one of them, innit? Do you know what I mean? Ultimately, we can get a new stadium and all this, but I still don't have the confidence. The part I agree with you, Nuruddin, that we're going to translate that onto the football pitch. Yeah, I don't know. I seen an article today about or did I see a video or something to say like Amorim's been assured?
Yeah, he's been assured his job. Yeah. But he's not letting that slide though. I watched it. He goes, nah, not really though, because I need to get results. Like the thing is, your job can never be safe at Man United. Like, you know, you can never have this idea that your job is safe. He's been given 2.5 years at United, bro. Like, he's not been given 3-4 years. He's been given 2.5 years. Like, and all of a sudden, next season, you're 1 into your job, you know, and you might not you might not have that time. So I think for me, ultimately, you can't take what they say as gospel. Like, you can't.
Oh, you can't just
do your job, get the results. And that's what Amorim's doing right now. He's even gone off his philosophy. He said in this week, he goes, yo, man, I might have to play this sort of football for now, man. And then later on, go.
What do you think? If it doesn't work out with him, do you think they'll just go down what they were doing before, the Tuchels of this world?
Listen, just to add my 2 pence to that, Leon. Listen, what you said. For me, all I saw was pure PR. And at the end of the day, me personally, they messed up. Like, in the 12 months that they've been here, the level of incompetence has shown me enough. I've seen enough. And when the brother T was saying that about what he was saying about that, you know, this is what he wants to get done. I already seen what he wants to get done, and I knew about it because I watched what they did at Nice and what they did at Formula One and what they did in the boating championship, the World Championship. What they did with that, what they did British cycling. So I already know their own thing about their involvement in sport and what they are. The man was waffling. He didn't have a clue other than he just tried to sound like he's some sort of fan, yeah, right? But at the end of the day, for me, right, he bought the Glazers. He gave the investment to the Glazers, and then he's trying to justify what he's doing by trying to strike a fear into the fans. You know, Leon, I know you're not a financial expert, but you know enough. If a company is trading on New York Stock Exchange and something's happening, you have to make a statement to the New York Stock Exchange, and that usually comes out about the finances of the football club.
Yeah.
But here, try to justify what he's doing, right? And by the way, what Traps was saying, a ransom, what I was saying, right? Because I was being respectful in it, like not to butt in, because I'm trying to not do that. Because obviously you guys you let me have my say without interrupting me. Mm-hmm. So that's why I want to have that. But what you were talking about people from Manchester who work at this football club, nah, mate. People who work at this football club, Traps, I tell you for 100 million% would go and get a corporate job because they love United. They went to work at United, and the people were competent. The people, I told Saeed this, right? People would come out in majority of different departments, yeah, make incredible suggestions about the football club. Guess what they were told? I told Saeed this many times. And Saeed knows the people I know. Saeed knows people who used to work there and people who still work there. And they were told, stay in your department, stay in your lane. They were coming up with ideas about how to do better for Manchester United, how to not waste money with Manchester, how to save the club money by being efficient in certain areas. And that's the people he's taking them out on. And when people are saying, when Vass was said, the mistakes, yes, he's covering on the mistakes they did. He came out. It was an article in Athletic, and somebody from the club came out and said, by sacking that many people, they're choosing to save about 15 million a year. So at the end of the day, 400 or something, or nearly 500 people they're sacking. That's what their aim is. That is just the money they gave to Erik ten Hag. And when you calculate everything, the money that they sacked for Erik ten Hag, the money that they bought in, the money that they had to buy out the clause to get in Ruben Amorim, the money that they spent to get in and sack Dan Ashworth, because there was no chemistry, like some dating show, pop your balloon business, yeah, right? Right? That's what it was, bro. It's the pop your balloon. It's like there was no chemistry. So at the end of the day, right, that amount of money went up to at least 35 million. And then we're giving the banks on a debt repayment financing for 35 million. So if my guy can come out and talk shit about people getting free lunch, the reason why fans at the Manchester United working were getting a free lunch, because the wages in comparable, if they were working at a corporate level, would not match the same. So they were getting a couple of little benefits.
Let me say something.
They were getting stuff like travel if they go to the games, like Wembley or whatever.
Free travel.
A bit of a free lunch. That's what they were getting. And the free lunch thing, mainly, a lot of it was started by Fergie, because Fergie wanted to hold everybody accountable as a team, and he wanted to see everybody the players mixing in with people from the ground staff, for everybody to be in the canteen. And that's how you create a kind of a buzz and a team unit where the people in behind that doing their jobs and working.
I understand.
And then that's what you're doing. So the idea, right, it is everything the Glazers have done. People who've worked at Manchester United for a long time did an amazing job under Fergie. All of a sudden turned to scrubs. Nah, man.
Well, here's the thing. Look, let me play devil's advocate, yeah? The free lunch thing is basically what the NHS did when they done COVID, innit? They tried to convince us that clapping results in more wages for NHS. I don't know what they were trying to do with the COVID thing, innit? Because they're trying to tell one to clap outside your house at 4 o'clock, but then they're not increasing NHS wages. So that's the free lunch thing there. So I see what you're saying with that. That's the way I compare it. To play devil's advocate, yeah, when any business does a handover, your job's usually in jeopardy anyway, because it doesn't mean that I'm not disputing the part where you're saying about how they feel about the club. I feel like if you run an organization and you've got passionate people who love what you do, that's a great asset to your business. That's a fantastic asset. People that would have the skill set to go and earn more money, work in bigger companies, whatever. Maybe not bigger, but do you know what I mean? Do better financially for themselves, who sacrifice because they love the club. But it's the vision for them, really, because that ultimately, if what these lot are saying about the graphs and the statistics that we're not as productive, that's a decision that they made. I'm not saying whether that's right or wrong, Nuruddin. I could be in the organization. There might be people that you know who didn't deserve to lose their job, but everyone knows when you get a business handover that the owner doesn't really care about the sentiment of how you feel about your job. They're just going to make the decisions based on what they think. You understand where I'm coming from?
That's what he said.
It doesn't matter if you're suggesting like money income ideas and blah blah. The owner might just say, "Nah, for me."
I understand that. I understand that. And majority of people, especially those who travel, who work remotely, you get per diem and travel. Like you get travel expenses, you get per diem. So this idea, he's making it out. Nobody's giving people 3 lots. Shut up, man. It's a lot of jobs do. Lots of jobs do.
I haven't seen the full interview, by the way, so I can't.
The wages, now that you have to see it, the wages basically is people what the wages are. Listen, I can argue this to death in it because obviously we live in this city and we know people who work for Manchester United, right? And I'm not saying that everybody who worked for Manchester United were doing an amazing and spectacular job. It's like anything else, isn't it, right? I can't come because I don't know everybody who works for Manchester United, but all I know is incomparable, yeah? Big football clubs having a lot when they go bloated workforce. You know how many people work for Real Madrid? 3,000. Do you know how many people work for Liverpool? Who are only in comparison in terms of the size of the bigness, the outreach globally and the success. Same as Manchester United, but Liverpool is in a smaller city than Manchester. Guess how many people work for them? Over 1,000. So this idea, all of a sudden, all the workforce at Manchester United are all bums. Nah, I'm not having that. Because justify at the end of the day, justify what you're doing, and that is the thing for me. But listen, put the jobs aside. That's the jobs aside. Yeah, ripping the soul out of the football club, a charity that was set up for 40 grand a year, 40,000 a year, that's what's right, 40,000. And it was mainly to help, like Gary Neville said, from the 60s, 70s, and 80s players. And these are players, Leon, who basically had a broken leg, training one day, had a broken leg. Some of them maybe made their debuts. Some of them maybe played reserves football. Some of them didn't. And you know that 40 grand is for them to still have the connection to all the different areas of Manchester where they're from, right? To still have that connection to the people and to actually have Manchester United there, so promoting Manchester United in their communities. And that money, some of that money went to covering their funerals, bro. Helping families out, working class families out with the funerals. That's what that was. So at the end of the day, we already know the Glazers ripped the heart, right? Jim Glazer is trying to rip the soul. A man like me from here, I'm not having it.
This is why. Can I just say as well? This is why it's an interesting insight. Before I know Traps and everyone wants to come and say this is interesting because I would never know that. You understand? You guys are on the ground where you seeing these things that we wouldn't know. So obviously, Jim is never going to see things from your perspective because he's not like that. He don't care. Like these top business people, they don't care. Like Traps, you was in that then, innit? They don't care about emotion, innit? You know what I mean?
But my guy's all PR and Leon with that. I'm
I agree with that though.
Playing Manchester back in Manchester, all of that, and he's waffling. Absolutely waffling.
He's moving the plates to try and keep the fans on side.
Yeah, of course he is. Traps, what are you going to say something, and then we'll bring Marcel into the conversation, and then obviously Ryan as well.
I mean, I personally think this is a classic case of the dog pissing up the tree to mock his territory, mate. I just feel like Jim Ratcliffe's not one of the even though he's from there, he's not one of the guys. He's coming there, he's dictating. People don't like it because he's the boss. He says what he wants and how he wants to do it. Because the reality of, I think it is that I know Nuruddin will give you an explanation of, I mean, I'm not saying he's wrong because some of these things are true. Like, I mean, but there are people, I'm sure Man United have got offices all over the country, and have they got bosses? I'm sure they've got offices in London at the very least. Don't those people lose their jobs as well?
Yeah, they had Mayfair, yeah.
Don't these people lose their jobs as well? But they're disregarded. They're not even thought about because obviously they're not in the Manchester area. Hold on.
I care about everybody, bro. That's a difference.
I'm not digging you out directly. I'm just saying. But the key thing for me is that right now we are in a transitional period. Whether our people agree with the things that he's saying or what he's doing or how he's doing it or what's failings or what's whatever, but it's a transitional moment. If Man United end up miraculously achieving what they're supposed to achieve, i.e. that means, for instance, winning trophies, winning leagues, winning Champions Leagues, I don't think anybody as a United fan gives a shit about Jim Ratcliffe and whatever goes on with him or whatever he's been doing or whatever he says on there, whatnot, because Man United are winning. And that's the classic case. We've seen that 1,000 times. When Man United are doing well, no one really says anything too tough. When Man United go downhill, it's Glazers out. Norwich scarves in the air, and we've seen this 1,000 times. That's why, and that we've seen this 1,000 times. And I'm not saying again. I know Nuruddin's going to take it personally, thinking that he's stuck to his guns. But we've seen it with a lot of the fan base. This is why I don't take it seriously, and I don't think Jim will take it seriously either, because Jim has got a vision. And when you have a vision, it's a thing like, this is my vision. They're not with the vision. So when we get to the end of the vision, we'll see who's laughing, because I've done this 1,000 times. Yeah, that's how he would see it, and that's how I would see it personally if it was me as well. Yeah, I mean, United fans, the way people, like you said, everyone has their attachment. Like some people used to go there with their old man, and the old man's not here anymore, and I hear all of that stuff. But the reality of it is that them things, when you was going, you have to look at it like this. When you was going with your old man 60 years ago, the club's changed so much since then. So at the end of the day, change is what it is. That's how things go. That's how you update. You have to update. In order for you to update, you need to change. You have to remain. You have to change. So people need to be a bit more realistic with things and understand that. Because I mean, I'm not too sure about this, but like when he came in, he paid, what is it, 1.2 something? Was it 1.2 billion or something? Where did that money even go? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, into the Glazers' pocket. Into the Glazers' pocket.
Right, so that's my point. My point is he's come in, he's paid that money already. People are not taking that into consideration. It's not like they've said,
I am.
Billion, but this money's going to come in, and we're going to use this money to help you sort of get along with it. I feel like the Glazers have got off with 1.26 billion, and Jim Ratcliffe now is now thinking, right, how can I cut this? How can I cut that? How can I cut that? But I understand it. But what you have to understand is that Manchester United as a football club has lost its way, completely. Yep. Because when Ed Woodward was here and he was doing what he was doing, everyone was onto Ed Woodward. But the reality of Ed Woodward brought some cracking players through the door. That's the truth. What he got, he might have overpaid for them, but he might have. By the end of the day, he was getting sponsorship deals, and everything was if you look at what was going on when Ed Woodward was around, on the whole, he had the numbers right. But people say, "Oh, he's a banker. He's this, that, and the third." Go look at Real Madrid. Real Madrid go and buy great player after great player. There's no system. There's no thingy. If the player's world class, we want it. They stuck to their way. They've gone. They was getting slapped up by Liverpool and that when Ronaldo first went over there. And they paid 87 million for him. They was nowhere near the Champions League then. Do you understand? They stuck to their guns, and now Real Madrid will always be Real Madrid because that's how they roll. We decided to change ourselves because basically maybe the fan pressure, Ferguson leaving as well, because a lot of people believe in this Manchester United way. It's rubbish. Manchester United before Ferguson was Spurs. The North was Spurs of the North. Yeah, there's a Ferguson way, but there's not a Man United way. I'm sorry, there's not. Yeah, Ferguson came in, won all them trophies, put us on the map. After Ferguson, there is nothing. Yeah, because even before so, because I mean, we won 7 leagues and a Champions League. Go and look at all the other teams in that. They was winning leagues and all them things at them times as well. So it wasn't a thing like that. Man United had the Ferguson way, but that's what people need to let go of. Ferguson's gone now, so we're gonna have to sit through a lot of changes, new way, especially and a new direction before we can make a victory. Yes, you're not gonna like people, and you're not gonna like certain people and certain people's decisions, but because, for instance, the new stadium says to me is that what they're trying to create is this situation where when you come to see Man United, you come there and you spend from 9 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, and you spend. Yeah, so you can go to the shops. You can go to whatever else has got all the stuff they got around it and whatnot. So it's just basically they're selling the whole thing where you're captive there for the majority of the day of the Man United experience, and that's going to make loads of money. So in the long run, when the money's getting made and it's coming into and the club's sustainable and things like that, and next thing you know, we're not fucking scrambling around 20 odd million to go get Dorgus, and we're looking at the next Mbappes and the next Ronaldos and all this, and we can go and pay for it. No one's going to care. No one's actually going to say, no, you know what? Jim Ratcliffe gave that interview in 2025, and I'm still not happy with him, but this is what's going on. So I think for me, it's a thing where people just want to mark their territory.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
It's draining. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Do I have the right to reply, Saeed? Do I have the right to reply?
Because we need to move on the conversation.
Because I just wanted to show. I shared something with him. Yeah, he said we only protest. Yeah, that's what Trap said. Not personally to me. I'm not taking it personally. But that talking point's been had. I just shared a thing. Yeah, Saeed, please bring it up just to show it to people.
I haven't got anything.
No, I just shared the thing. It's
just this one here. Okay.
Look, if you highlight that, that's 15 years ago. That's when Manchester United were going back to Championship Champions League finals, that's when we're winning 3 leagues in a row. So the idea that we only talk about the Glazers when we're not winning something is false. It's false. It's been 20 years. Every year there's been at least a protest, one protest against the Glazers, whether we were successful or not. And by the way, Manchester United have never been Spurs. That's blasphemy. You're on a Manchester United channel. We're talking about we've been Spurs. We've never been like Spurs. We've never been like Spurs. Manchester United are winning FA Cups, FA Cups back to back and being successful and playing attacking, entertaining football, right? For we were not winning league titles. Yeah, I grant you that. What you said is partly true. Only three managers have won the league at Manchester United. 3. That's the most shocking thing. 3 managers have only won the league. And so I give you that. But Manchester United were nothing like Spurs. We were an entertaining football club even when we were crap. And that is the point I want to make. So Manchester United, at the height of the Manchester United success, when we were going back to another Champions League final, when we were winning 3 league titles in a row, majority of that stadium was decked out of anti-Glazer. The point that I'm not judging Jim. Glazers I already hate. I'm judging Jim in the last 12 months. He's made horrendous mistakes and foreseeable, dumb, stupid mistakes. That's what I'm on about. That's what I'm being critical about. I'm not critical about what the new stadium is. I said 10 years ago, Manchester United need a new stadium to get more revenue because of the amount of fans that we've got globally. And the amount of fans that would come, the amount of people that in Manchester that go, you know what, I would go to get a match ticket, but the amount of people that we know locally who want to get tickets to go and watch good football. But for me, you can have all the great stadiums, and the last thing I say about the stadium, you remember what Arsene Wenger was saying about Emirates and all of the Arsenal board and that we're going, that when we go to the Emirates, and you know what? They only challenged for a league 2 years in a row. So just because you go into a big building or a big stadium, don't mean nothing. The football ain't guaranteed. And then
it's easy to use that example. But what about Man City going from Main Road to the Etihad? What's the difference?
Yeah. And guess what? There was a country called Dubai that bought them. There was a country called Dubai that bought them. You know what Man City were? You know what Man City would be? You know what Man City would be without the blood doping and the cheating and everything that went on? Listen, they don't only have the money. They have to cheat. They didn't just have the money. They have to cheat on top of that.
With the greatest respect,
Man City were going yo-yo. Man City were like a Bournemouth. Man City were like a Bournemouth, bro.
With
they
the greatest respect,
to struggle in the bottom of the league, to getting relegated and coming back up again. So that's what your example is. Terrible, because Man City were yo-yo football club, bro. That's what they were, yo-yo FC. Before the guy from Thailand, the king, whatever, the prime minister of Thailand, had to come in and then bail them out.
Listen, Nuruddin, with the greatest respect, you can sit here and slate. Listen, Nuruddin,
I know the history in real time, bro.
You can sit here and slate Man City. Nuruddin,
you can sit here. I know the history word too well, bro. You can't
Nuruddin.
Listen, let me hear Traps. Nuruddin, let me hear Traps.
Nuruddin, you can sit.
Traps, help him out, bro. He's drowning, bro. He's drowning. Trust me, help him out.
I'm not drowning.
He's drowning. You're drowning.
I'm not drowning because the reason why I'm not drowning is because if you go to Saeed clips here, there's a picture of me, Rance, and Saeed. There's a clip of you wanting your club to do exactly what you're just cussing out. So what you're saying is irrelevant. Yeah, I mean, you wanted your club to cheat and be like Man City. Now you want to slate Man City. I'm just telling you now. I don't.
Let me just say this. Listen, let me just say this. People bend the rules, yeah? People bend the rules. Manchester United have done some things to do. Do you think every football club follows the rules, like the rules the way they are?
Here we go. Double back in.
Cheating on an industrial scale, mate. Man City were blood doping, mate. Industrial scale, mate. 115 charges, mate. Never seen. Do you think Manchester United can put certain things?
They're not.
Do you think every football club did it?
Nuruddin.
Homeless footballer, are you taking the piss? Nuruddin was employing his sons. Like, you taking the piss? Do you think everybody was doing was the muddled way to be? Nah, mate. What you're talking about?
No one's saying
what you're talking about is waffling.
No. You're missing the point. The point is what I'm saying to you is all I said to you is that Man City moved from
and they were still shit.
One at a time.
They were still shit. Don't give me that.
Chaps,
because
close this off because I'm gonna try
in
and
your
move
world, a big stadium does not equal that you're gonna be successful. Never, mate.
Well,
Chaps, say your last bit. Say your last bit, then we'll move on.
Look, like I said, yeah. West Ham, they moved their stadium. They've won the trophy. Yeah, but that's their level. We're gonna hear that that's their level. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, cool. But all I'm saying to you is that my thing wasn't about Man City and triggering you to say Man City and give us the whole spiel about them cheating and whatnot. When you said you wanted your club to do the same thing and there's receipts to do it. What I'm saying to you is that when you move places, the point I was trying to make out about the whole moving places, when you move like when they move from Main Road to Thingy, it doesn't represent a demise. It doesn't represent an end of things. It represents a new beginning. That was the point I was trying to make. I don't know all about this extra stuff, but at the same time, these man there. I remember Saeed. I said, "Say it." I want to hear you lot say it. They said it. So I don't know why we're cooking Man City right now.
What?
Okay. And let's move on. I want to move on to.
What does he mean?
Hold on.
You said you wanted your team to cheat.
No.
Listen. We're gonna be
Yeah,
here
you
all
and
day.
Musa. You and Musa.
We're gonna be here all day. Listen.
I was there.
Lord, we need to move on. Lord, we need
You
to
can
move
get
on,
the
please.
clip up and put it in context, right? Having banter and saying we should have done this and me advocating seriously for this is a different matter, man.
Yeah.
And anybody can clip anybody. But at the end of the day, traps, I've only seen you when your overlord, Jim Glazer, came out, bro. That's all I'm saying to you. So at the end of the day, listen, I hope you're eating good. I hope you're getting more than a buck or chicken, bro. You know what I mean? I hope you're getting more than a buck.
Nah, it's getting fruit.
You know what I mean?
Man said it like it's a Lannister, you know.
Well, no,
none of that.
but
Man
you know
got given the
but you know-
kingdom.
Listen.
But you know, hold on, one second, Saeed. This is all great and that, but let's not forget this year. Remember, Ibrahimovic told man that man had to pay for juice and all them things there. He told that's years ago, you know. Why is no one bothered about it then? Like, why?
I thought it was embarrassing. I talked about it and I said it was embarrassing.
Yeah, but
It was embarrassing.
is it fair to say that these things have been going on before the INEOS showed up at the door? Is that fair to say that?
INEOS came in and carried it
So
on.
if you want to sit down there,
Carried it on. INEOS came and carried it on. That's the problem. My point is this, yeah. INEOS came and carried on.
You know what?
INEOS will no change.
You know what? Yeah, let's go back to the root.
Yeah, minus 10, mate.
Let's go back to the root of the problem. Yeah, let's go to the root of the problem because the conversation you're really not ready for is Alex Ferguson. He's the main culprit, isn't he? Really?
Listen,
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Yes, he is.
You got down there. You got down there, Trap.
Yes, he is.
Taking it there. He's taking it there.
No, that's not because
You know the history. You know the history, Trap. You know the history. You know the history.
What did he fall out? What did he fall out over
Yeah. McManus. That's what they were called.
So he fell out with the owner. So the manager fell out with the owners for the horse, and next thing you know, the in
Rock
control.
of Gibraltar.
Who's-
Rock of Gibraltar,
So it's
yes.
his fault. It's his fault. But because he won
it's not.
13
Listen,
Premier League
it's many
titles,
factors.
5 FA Cups,
It's many factors.
2 Champions Leagues.
Okay,
That's all
guys.
good. You know what? He said it. I have to
We're
give
gonna move
context.
on.
Like, if you want to start doing
I'll move on. I've got to give the context. Quickly.
You don't give me the context. We're moving
In
on.
1
We're
minute.
moving on.
Let me just give
The chat said Nuruddin talk.
We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
Do something.
Nuruddin.
Manchester United were going to be taken over by Murdoch.
Hey, Nuruddin.
We can be here all day.
Was one of the
Nuruddin. I want to meet everyone. I want to meet everyone. Everyone.
The chat said Nuruddin talk.
Listen.
I say you're losing the dressing room again.
Jim the Lord, INEOS,
Everyone
came
chill.
out and
Everyone
started
chill.
moving like a senile
Everyone chill.
old man, mate. Started
Everyone
shaking.
chill.
Well, Gary.
Listen, we need to talk about
Gary. Well, Gary.
Chill. Nuruddin, chill. Nuruddin, chill.
You don't like him. It's fine.
Everyone chill.
Fraud, mate. It's a fraud. And some of you
Everyone chill. I'm gonna mute everyone. Everyone muted. Everyone chill. Everyone relax. You get me? It's crazy. Marcel, we're gonna move on to the recruitment, INEOS recruitment overhaul. What are you saying this summer in terms of your kind of opinion on what needs to be recruited, what needs to be done this summer? Is this a big summer for INEOS recruitment? They've been talking about it as well. You know, what are you saying, Marcel?
Well, go on. Obviously, big up Saeed, man. Big up everyone in the chat. And big up the Mandem. Yeah, it's unfortunate that I don't get to speak on that topic because we've just seen what's gone on there. So, but in terms of the recruitment, I think it's about basically continuing the good work that they've done so far. INEOS, they've done good work. Aiden Heaven has joined the football club.
Careful, Marcel.
I'm very careful, Rhino. Very
No,
extremely
the guy
careful, man.
the guy next to you.
Extremely careful, extremely patient, and extremely calm. And I've been all three of those things. So, you know, Aiden Heaven is coming to the football club and he looks like a very good fit for the system. You know, that's just a clear and evident thing. Dorgu, again, a clear and evident fit for the system. Chide Obe looks like better than what we've had with current purchases. Unfortunately, Hoyland. Yes, we need to give Hoyland time, people could say, but you know, because of the predicament of the club, it's like we can't afford that kind of much time for players on the pitch. So unfortunately, he might not make it, and especially at that price point, you know, we could maybe extract more money from that situation. So I just think it's about making good business decisions consistently, how they've done, but that comes from, you know, stability at the managerial position, because that's going to also mean stability in the formation, the stability in the one clear idea. We need that level of continuum within the squad. And then you start to up-regulate what you have now and what you know, Omar Barada has been talking about every 2 years. We'll extract the players that are not being good enough within a system. Let's see if he can uphold what is his rhetoric on that. So right now we've seen that INEOS have been making good purchases. Yes, they have their planning and provision and some of their decisions, like Nuruddin has said, over the course of the year have been poor. So then they've even lost money on their own behaviors. But at the end of the day, Mandem, that people are going to make mistakes. Whether they've just come into the business, it's a massive inflated football club that we're talking about. I don't think Nuruddin anyone's going to get it right first time. So it's the will of the man and the accountability of the man to come up and say, listen, it's my fault. I made this mistake. Rah ta rah. That's an excellent interview, and PR can be looked at. Yes, Nuruddin, please don't interrupt me though, because I have manners for you. So, you know, PR is a two-weighted sword at the end of the day. There's good PR and equally and opposite, there's bad PR. And I think in this particular circumstance, this was very, very good PR. You know, he's admitted to certain things and he's given us a vision and a way to look forward in certain things. It's not going to be easy.
And Marcel, that's what people called for as well. We wanted to know their minds and what they're thinking.
That, but we just don't. What it is, Rhino, is that we don't have the minerals for it, and that's what I'm starting to. Or I do. I was extremely patient with the last manager because I could see all the predicament wholeheartedly. I've known Nuruddin for many a year. He told me about the structure many a year. He gave me that the insight to that 5-6 years ago. So with that knowledge, you have to understand that from certain managers, it's gonna be a difficult period while they sort certain things out and make mistakes. Same with the manager. The manager might not get certain things right. Yes, now we put a structure in place. So in terms of recruitment, Saeed, you know, for the question, yes, it's going to be more on the recruitment with if decisions and players that we bring in are not good. But with backing, it's also ingoings and outcomings. It's so important. Backing a manager properly is outgoings of players. Rashford going to be going. That's a bit that we've been holding on to for years. We need Luke Shaw to go. Ruben has to follow that rhetoric. He has to speak on that as well. I think Sir Jim's kind of done it for him and talks about, you know, us basically being on Everton's wages because, you know, the players that are available to us, especially in the top price points that we actually pay, they're not even around. You know, Mason Mount needs to leave most probably immediately. You know, Casemiro is surplus to requirements for the price that we're paying him, and the availability doesn't match up. So, you know, there's and Rashi, of course, as well. We've been hanging on. I've been believing in Rashford, our number 10. Imagine he's our number 10. That's a bad man baller when you have the number 10 on your back. And he hasn't been delivering at that price point. Sancho, busy trying to argue with managers instead of focusing on his arithmetic about the game and obsessing about the game and improving in the shirt. So certain players clearly have to go and we have to change the culture. How you change culture is having a stability somewhere, standing on something. And we should stand on backing the manager so that he can change the culture. He's the one that controls the mentality of the players. So, okay, you didn't want to stand with Ten Hag because you also now, and that doesn't work when you're talking about holistic and big change. Back this manager. He has a clear idea, and the way that he articulates himself is way better than the previous manager. So stick with what he's trying to do here. It's really, really simple to me, guys. You know, the exciting thing is that he has to utilize the youth now. And that's what we've always been as a football club. But there's a handful of players. I'll go through them now. That if he doesn't play them and prepare them, you know, get them used to the nervousness of 75,000 or the expectation of 75,000, then you're just doing yourself a disservice because then you may potentially have to purchase even more and put yourself even more into the market, which you don't need to if you play Chido Obi and prepare him properly. If you play Harry Amas, because this is a nothing season. Yes, you know, in the league it's a nothing season, and in Europe we must go and attack it properly. But Harry Amass needs to get prepared with 10 games under his belt of 30 minutes increments. It's just that simple maths. So why is he not doing that? Chida Obi can get 5 more games this season, 20-minute increments. So he can prepare and get more comfortable in the environment. Sekou Kone can prepare himself with 20 minutes every single game for the next 5 or 6. He just should be doing that. It gives the fans something. He was talking about energy in the interview by winning this game. Give us energy by playing some of our young future stars and letting us see how they can fit into the system. It's really simple. So I believe in this manager. I really like his formation. Like I've said to everyone, it's the most versatile formation in world football. It's very symmetrical. It's the exact same thing almost. And it can play all styles of football. You can have everyone in your half and you're covering lots of areas of the pitch. You're asking your wing backs to do a lot of work. And those 4 kind of the 2 10s and the 2 and the 2 8s, you're asking them to put in a shift. But that's what he's asked for. That's what he was saying at the very beginning. It's time to work. So that's what we should be trying to do. It's time to work. So at the end of the day, it's very versatile. You can play counter-attack against superior teams. We've seen how it works because at Manchester United Football Club, back against the wall football, we can deliver. And attacking the space in front of us, we can deliver. Go on.
Just another question, Marcel. Do you agree with what he said, Amorim, and buying players for the club rather than the manager as well? Because
no, I don't agree with. I've been asking this. I've been speaking about this a lot to the Mandem, and I don't. You guys haven't really. I don't understand that. Like, I think we always have to purchase for the manager. It's hard.
Yeah, but you've shown that last manager it worked though. It didn't work, that did it?
No, but Ole told us. But Ole wanted Jude Bellingham, Haaland. The last manager wanted Frankie De Jong, Harry Kane. So we didn't actually deliver for him. Yes, and Ole came and said to us in the overlap that I wanted to take the next step. I wanted to play from the halfway line. I'm very good at this counter-attacking football thing and attacking space, but I actually wanted to play from the halfway line. And I had
Okay. Let's say, for example, the manager gets players for the 3-4-3. But then imagine he gets sacked and then you've got players who can only play within that system. That's where that's where Omar Barada is saying, well, we need to go on, regardless of system, formation, whatever, we've got to play a team that can play for another manager if so be that manager was sacked. So you can go get Cunha, a Diblin, guys who can play in different systems and whatnot. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, not only specific players,
fully understand what you're trying to say. The other manager should play 3-4-3 then, the next one. He should be able to play 3-4-3.
Marcel.
If you don't get
3-4-3, can I just land it? Can I just land it, Rana, please?
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
So it's the other manager should maybe be able to play 3-4-3. I understand the idea of you need super ballers that can do anything in any system and play in, Real Madrid basically have that. You ask them to play a system, every single Donny can play any system anyhow. Valverde right back, Camavinga centre back, Tuchemeni centre back. It's a madness because they've got ultra ballers. But there's a process to get to that, and they're backed by Spanish government. Different kind of situation and predicament that they're in, and it's taken years to get to a certain place like that. But right now, where we're at, it's Sir Alex Ferguson had called for only his players and his players only. Mourinho, his players and his players. That was how we kind of do things almost. So that's kind of our culture almost. So for me, I understand that you're imagining a pessimistic way of looking at it for me, Saeed, because you're saying if he gets sacked, which again I don't believe in.
I don't think it's a pessimistic way. I think it's the right way. What Barada said.
No, well, you haven't let me land it because I'm saying it's pessimistic on the basis that you're envisioning someone getting sacked.
No. I'm saying
I just land it before the no-nos come.
But I don't. Why are you saying it's pessimistic though?
Okay, well, I'm gonna
go on.
Get it. Thank you very much. So it's like the thing is like, see, and you lost my trail. I'm losing my trail of thought because you're stopping me every 2 minutes. But it's like,
go ahead.
You can't really. It's like the moment you decide that you're going to sack a manager, the whole envision of the club and the way the club plays has to change again. You spoiled the pie. You need to stay with one manager so we can see out his vision for as long as possible. The most recent managers that have done anything of recent year have built a dynasty. They've had that consistent marker there. Klopp, Arteta, Pep, consistency of marker there. So the fact that we always break down after 2.5 years is part of the sickness. It's part of it. We that rhetoric of we're Manchester United. We're not Manchester United. The Manchester United that Traps is kind of talking to a little bit, and I'm just pinching a bit of it. It was a Sir Alex there for a time. It really was embedded. His identity. Do you get it? It's embedded. Same with Arsene Wenger, who's competed with him. Embedded Arsene, even though he didn't pick up as much trophies, embedded in. So that's what you kind of need to replicate. That's the only right way of really doing things for me. So if you're envisioning, that's why I'm saying it's pessimistic, Saeed, if you're envisioning a manager getting sacked after 2 or 3 years for whatever reason, it's like it kills what I've seen work over the most recent time where we've not been working.
Marcel, but do you know what's mad about you saying that though? You kind of contradict yourself, because if you're talking about change and evolution, this is how football is going. You have to play this way. So we can't want one way of evolution, but still hold on to, but the culture and this is ingrained. We have to evolve and change and move on. Do you know what I mean? Because what's been ingrained in us has been toxic. It's been polluted now. So we need to clean it all out and start again and create a new culture and move forward in that direction. I get what you mean in terms of the mentality behind. But you know what? If you're only buying players for now, for the team, it means that you're not really trusting what managers are going to carry that process. But then again, you can look at it the other way around as a mentality thing. Let's buy players that are just robust and ready for anything, and hopefully whatever manager comes in can use them for as long as they need to. And if that manager does go, they can still just rotate, bring a new manager in as it goes along. I don't think they say it with the thought of the managers are going. They just mean it in terms of a direction of how they want to moving forward. Let's get Man United players.
There's no contradiction. You know what I mean? There's no contradiction on what I'm saying right now. So please explain to me where it was. Where did you feel the contradiction? There's no contradiction in what I was saying.
Because you believe in evolution and us moving on and us letting go of the old stuff. But that's part of it. This is part of it.
What stuff?
What we was talking about when we was talking about the new things that INEOS are planning and the things that we have to cut the jobs and all of that stuff. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new direction. Yeah. I think all the other stuff needs to go with it. So what you're talking about,
I think when you're cutting off the old, you can. The old includes the sacking of managers all the time.
Yeah. But it's all one. It's all one thing.
So for me, we can evolve, but have a stability in the manager and how we think and how we play.
Of course, but that's what.
So where am I contradicting myself?
But that's what the plan's going to be, though. But you can't. But you're talking about holding on to Alex Ferguson and Wenger. The names are mentioning.
So here's where I'm not contradicting myself.
We don't play that way no more. What Ferguson and Wenger did.
You're getting me wrong.
It doesn't exist no more.
What I'm saying. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Liam Quinn is speaking to it. Liam Quinn right there speaking to it. When I mentioned Sir Alex and Arsene, I'm talking about dynasty and continuum of the stability of the manager. So evolve holistically, but have a stability somewhere. That's important to realize your vision of anything. You need consistency and stability.
So don't you think it's better stability that you buy players for the club than the manager?
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong person.
Players normally last longer than managers anyway. So that's
looking at the wrong person for the stability.
So Rhino, I hear that. That's why I'm with you, and that's why I give Real Madrid as an example. I see where that lies, but they've had a degree of backing and investment that we can't replicate right now because the direction that we've gone in is continuously dragging that financial and funding out.
Can I ask a question?
So for this period, and you kind of have to stay with the manager and how he's gonna do things to see out the.
They're going to do that to the season anyway. They're going to do that.
Traps. Go on, Traps.
Like, you see all of this. I don't understand why Marcel does this stuff that he does. Why do you always get behind trying to galvanize everybody to support these managers, bro? Don't you think it's about time you actually got off that horse and said to yourself, these managers need to pull their fingers out. Tired of the excuses, tired of the rubbish. You have to prove yourself. Like I said before, with Eric Ten Hag, you're a nobody, have to come in and prove yourself. I've said the same thing about Amorim. Why do you now think it's appropriate for us to get behind the manager's idea? Because it's just an idea. What he has.
I can answer it.
This is management. Yeah, wait, this is management. Yeah, and at this present moment in time, the things that I look at is things like this. When you came here and you signed your deal to be the Man United manager, you knew who you was working with. Exactly. You knew what you was doing. So at the end of the day,
Louis Van Gaal didn't. Louis Van Gaal didn't. Mourinho, you're also speaking to these managers when you say this.
No, but they do know what they signed into. They're not dumb.
These managers when you say this, Traps.
They're not dumb.
No, but they do know what they signed into.
Speaking about Louis Van Gaal in that same tone, you're speaking about other great managers. So not nobody. So you see, when you said nobody, you're just zooming in one element. There was somebody that also took over. There was somebody as well. That's what you haven't mentioned.
No, I'm not zoning on one element. But what you're trying to do right now, you're trying to do the whole name brand thing. Yeah, forget that. Because the truth is, if we're gonna keep it a buck, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the most productive manager we've ever had since post Ferguson. You know that, innit? Yeah. Because he was trying to get players to Man United when he wasn't even the manager. Do you understand? So this is what I'm trying to tell you. When you're turning around saying get it behind people, what are the reasons for you getting behind this man? Because you like his idea. You just said it. You like his symmetrical, whatever you said, formation. It's one of the best formations in Europe. But bruv, what about managing the club? What about these players that he has to get to play to a certain level? Forget your formation, because we've seen his formation out there right now. He can't even win 2 games back to back. So why are we sitting around here getting behind this Don? Yeah, like he should be that.
He can't get more out of what he's got.
He has a time frame. Let me finish. He has a time frame. He has a time frame, and at the end of the day, me personally, it's not going to be the same as everyone else. But what I'm not going to do is, you're not going to sit here and try and galvanize everybody to get behind the manager and his idea, because his idea as it stands right now doesn't work here. So that's the fact.
So Traps, you know, Ole, when you speak about Ole, you made a mistake on Ole, you know. Ole was a bloody good man. The reason why we made a mistake on Ole, Traps, is because if he had a structure above him, he might have been able to get hold of certain players.
Every manager,
and he said to us in that overlap interview, Traps, that he wanted to take the next step. But
you can't take one piece from an interview.
He was out of his depth. He was out of his depth. Clearly, he was out of his depth.
Marcel, he was way out of his depth. Come on, man.
He's out of his depth, bro.
Come on, man.
Let's not start this Ole talk. It's going to get dark, man.
Yeah, it's going to get mad. Traps, you go, then I want to go now.
I can't even finish. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, he said he wanted to take the next.
He can say what he wants, Marcel.
I know that. Everyone can say what they want. You're saying what you want, cutting me right now. Let me finish. So he said
this guy's a musty, you know.
Marcel is serious, you know.
He's a G. Marcel's a G.
He said he wanted to take the next step. There's a process to that. There's always a process. So he played conservative counter-attack football. By the way, that's what all of us have. That's what all the managers end up doing to a degree, just to survive, because the quality, the pressure, all these things is hard to sustain at the football club. The quality of our players, and we're always competing against another team, whether it's City, Liverpool, whatever, that have just a better group of high-quality players than us. Through all this last 12 years, competing against all these managers, we're always like, our squad is never as good in terms of quality, footballing quality. It's never been like that. So their process for that is always from a premise of, you know, backs against the wall. That's why we're so good at it. Backs against the wall football, counter-attacking football. And then, you know, with Ole, the next step was, okay, well, can you play from the halfway line now? Can you get our back four on the halfway line and the rest of the team in opposition's half? And we continuously fail to do that. And we don't give the manager a long enough time to get the certain quality players in, make a couple mistakes, turn it over, because that's what all the best teams have been able to do. Make a couple mistakes, turn it over. It's a process. And we just don't have the patience for that.
What about me giving lectures? Is this a Marcel lecture or what?
One sec. Right, okay. Let me just unpack this. Let me just unpack this really.
Let Leon come in. 1 second.
Traps go first. Traps go first.
Before Leon goes, I'm not even going to. Do you see this Nyasha Netando talking about zero ball knowledge? Can he name one manager who can win back-to-back games with his current squad? Are you mad or something, bro?
Like,
what you think? You honestly think that there's not managers in the world that can get back-to-back games? Bro, don't ever address me with disrespect if you're gonna say stupid stuff, yeah. Especially not on this channel either, yeah. Have some respect, yeah, and go and learn something, because if you can't think there's a manager out there that can win back-to-back games with this squad, then you are. Anyways, I don't want to be too.
There's
rude,
multiple managers in the league that would do that, yeah.
Just loud.
Obviously, I understand what Marcel's trying to say. For me, it doesn't really make sense, because there's a reason why. Yeah, when you have a company and you have a CEO and you have a manager, you might have an amazing manager. You might have somebody that within a company manages all the team. He's a general, whatever, and he's just like the golden piece, like what you're saying, Marcel. You get that manager. He's like the game changer. He's the guy that you believe in his vision, what he sells to everybody, and he's the guy that can galvanize everything. I get it. That's the manager. We're all looking for that manager. Sometimes what happens is, though, it's safer for the CEO to go with his vision sometimes than it is to go with that manager's vision, because it can be dangerous. If we just buy players just for a manager, unfortunately, we're always going to be players, and a manager's always going to have the excuse. We're going to actually give them an excuse, by the way. We're going to give a manager an excuse to not perform well and give him a reason to talk about that in press conferences. The only manager that's got everything that they want, in my opinion, is Pep Guardiola. Every other manager hasn't had everything they've wanted. They've made something out of a few players within the squad. Like Klopp, we can talk about Klopp. He didn't have everything that he wanted. Played with Henderson and all them man for years, isn't it? I'm sure if you gave him a choice, he wouldn't have signed a man like Joel Matip and, do you know what I mean, a couple of other men in the squad. He would have signed better, right? Do you know what I'm saying? He would have signed another Van Dijk. He would have signed a better midfielder. He probably would have got different to, I don't know, maybe, Fabinho, one of the strikers that he had on the bench, Origi at the time and stuff. So you're never going to get everything. Like, I hear what you're saying, because if we never believe in a process, we'll never see a process, and we'll always try. I 100% get that. But it's just sometimes like, if you look at it like a house, yeah, there's a million ways that you can do the house, from the interiors to the way that you pick it. You wouldn't go and do like a house and then rent it out on Airbnb or rental and make everything crushed crystal, because somebody might go, do you know what? I don't want all the gems and everything everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want a burgundy sofa. I don't want to. You in some cases, you'd pick some pieces in the house that are maybe block colors, like your grey cabinets, or like your. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like your, I don't know.
Because then you don't come to this house, and that's what builds culture.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say to you. You focus more on the managers. The managers are the different people. Maybe they're different estate agents renting out the house, or the different people renting the house from you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because a manager's never going to be here forever, correct? He's never going to be here forever. Like, for us to rely on a manager that's going to be here for 10 years every time is not realistic in world football. It's not realistic. If we get 2-3 years, we're lucky.
Yo,
So
man,
I disagree. I disagree.
They have to earn their time. Listen, Marcel, Nuruddin, one sec. Can I say one final thing? Let me just say one final thing. I agree that the time frame that we give managers might need to be longer. I agree that fans might not be able to say, look, 6 months. Boom. You might turn around to me and say, do you know what, Leon? I want somebody that gets 18 months to 2 years. But they still have to show me something in that 18 months to 2 years.
You can't just give people time for the
sake. You can't give you 10 years. I'm sorry.
Marcel, I can't hear your excuses. Time for the sake of time. That's where you're wrong, Marcel.
Time for the sake of time.
But Marcel, because you used Ollie as an example, yeah. And I think you're totally wrong. And the reason why, yeah, I liked Ollie as well, bro. I liked Ollie.
I didn't like Ollie.
No. But the thing with Ollie, he didn't build on where the grey areas was. There was a point where Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood outscored Mane, Firmino, and Salah, and they were the hottest strike force in the world at the time, bro. Yeah, he still kept that midfield base of Fred and McTominay for God knows how long. He didn't build on any fullbacks. He didn't get a left back for Luke Shaw in terms of replacement. He didn't get a beast of a centre half. So he didn't fix his spine at all. He had something there and he didn't build on it. Instead, he went and got Cavani. And then after that, he went and got Ronaldo. And then he got Sancho. He didn't build on the grey areas of where he had. So in my opinion, no, he didn't deserve the time. And I agree with what Traps and Leon's saying. You should back a manager, and yes, I want a manager to have a longer period of time. But if you're backing a manager and he's making decisions in terms and it's not working and it's failing, and you can clearly see he's not building on the negatives, then it's only inevitable, bro.
By the way, yeah.
Hold on.
Marcel, quickly, yeah.
Please, there's progression to it.
No, because I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you. Listen, I'm going to agree with you. Two things can be right. By the way, Marcel, one sec. I'm going to agree with him. Two things can be right. By the way, Marcel can get the players that he wants to manage.
Hold on. TG, yeah, let me speak.
I'm going to agree with you though.
TG, and I don't need the agreement. Let me speak directly to it before I lose the trail of thought. Thank you very much. So on Ole, TG, I agree with you. I didn't like his style of football, you know. But it's like on that overlap interview, he came with the thing of, listen, I tried to get to the next step. Now I've said to you on that, TG, that part of the problem for that is the fact that he didn't have a structure above him. So you need elements of the structure. I'm not saying every piece kind of makes sense of it, TG. It's a thing where he wanted certain players in the club that was going to help evolve the club. So the bad structure.
Yeah, but who? What midfielders at that time? What midfielders was we looking at? What left backs were we looking at?
Okay, well, no, but I've just given you 2 footballers though. So you're gonna deny? You're gonna deny that I just said that to you? So I've just.
But when did we actually go in for these players? Look, bro, you see when you come out in an wait. You see when you come out in an interview, how long after obviously the madness has happened, you've got time to kind of execute, you know, some sort of leverage to say, cool, yeah, I didn't get backed in this part. I didn't get backed in. But it's as simple as this. He allowed certain signings to come in rather than, you know, stamping authority and, you know, kind of being adamant that I need certain positions to improve rather than bringing in superstars. It's as simple as that. You can come out, God knows how many times, how long after, bro, and say what you want to say. But at the end of the day, bro, look, the proof is in the pudding, innit? You saw exactly what happened.
I hear you thus far, but it's like, he would have lost his job on that, and maybe his character is the wrong kind of character for the job because he's a bit of a yes man in that sense. Again, I didn't love the manager, so I'm agreeing with what you're saying. But the fact of the matter is, he wanted to upregulate the squad, bro. That's a fact of the matter, and he wasn't able to do that because structure didn't support him in the right way. Now the new vision has a structure that supports the manager in the right way, so that's more reason to back this current system and the way to look at things. And then hold on a second, traps. Let me finish, please. I executed a very long stint of silence for your thing. So like all those little things. He also had Cavani that comes in, Ronaldo that he said he doesn't want. TG. He says that he doesn't want these man. There's other pieces of the puzzle that the business mind people, non-footballing people, and yes, we've kind of got non-footballing people again, so that's a little bit of a red flag. But they've got Wilcox there. That's kind of like he's a bit more, you know, Southampton. He's got a bit more pedigree in terms of football, so it's a little bit better. It's a little bit more refined by INEOS, and yes, they're kind of under the Glazer ownership, but it's been a bit more refined in terms of how.
I agree.
Yeah. So it's like he had a difficult circumstance that he was working under. All of them did. Van Gaal tells us about it. He tells you that that's the koalas is that. So what more do you want?
You see, anyway, but you see, go on. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I think we're both right, obviously in hindsight, but at the same time, like you can go and get all the players you want for Ruben Amorim specifically. Now, if he fails, it's so rare to bring in a manager that, you know, can handle a system of a 3-4-3 or handle wing backs, handle Tommy, you know, centre halves that can play out from out the back and step into midfield. We could say Tommy Tuchel and Xabi Alonso, but do you really want those players? I mean, those managers. Xabi Alonso, where's he now? What's happening now?
If I'm going to be
realistic, I mean, it's little things like that. They're rare to find, bro.
Listen,
but go on.
I need to go, but to be realistic,
yeah.
Traps,
me and Musa have had this conversation, and
yo, Traps is late for the board meeting. Traps, are you late for that board meeting? Jim was talking about.
Listen, no, that's at 8:00, man.
Jim's watching, yo. Jim's watching you, Traps.
So basically, look,
you might be getting sacked. You didn't defend him properly today.
Hey, Mr. Chill. Hey, listen, we had the conversation in the WhatsApp group, and at the end of the day, we can say what we want to say till we're blue in the face. But the reality of it is that as Man United fans, we're not qualified, because a manager will say they don't want this manager, a manager say they don't want that manager. I don't understand how a manager wins things. It's like, for instance, I'm not even going to go. Do you know what? This is the first episode. I'm not even going to mention my guy's name, but you know who he is. But certain managers look at certain things in different ways. Do you understand? It's up. And I do think, to a certain extent, the board have to look at it a certain way and the manager has to look at it a different way. And I said this to you lot years ago. Remember, William, we had this conversation years ago when I said, you need to give the manager, what part of being a board and being a successfully run club, you need to give the manager what he needs and then what he wants. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if he's got what he needs, then then you get to see how he performs as a manager. If you start giving him what he wants, you end up with a load of players that the next manager's going to want out. That's where things go wrong. Like we've seen it with Ten Hag, he's had his way with a few players. Them players, some of them, most of them, we don't really want them here. Do you know what I mean? To be honest with you. So the thing is that as a manager, you have to show yourself, as what you can do. You know, with what you've got. We've seen it with Mourinho. He did what he could When it ran out, He got sacked. Solskjaer, people can say what they want to say about Solskjaer because it's easy to say that Solskjaer's this, that, and the third because he doesn't have the managerial experience. But he left here with the record of unbeaten away, and he got to a European final, and it was decided by the goalkeepers. So these are the things that people don't take into consideration. But the reality of it is, these are the same things that you could get with any manager. So why are we looking at a specific manager thinking he needs to have a special, his hand held and this, that, and the other? It doesn't matter because the same players now that we're seeing in a system that can't play the way Amorim plays, it's the same players that you see with the likes of Oli and that couldn't play, that couldn't do anything but Oli ball and counter football. So one excuse for one is one excuse for the other. No. The manager is a nobody in English football and has to come here and prove himself. And right now, he's not doing it. So there's no point in you saying get behind the manager. And it's like, because getting behind the manager has got us nowhere for the last 10 years. Facts. So it's time to look at what it is and decide within yourself and say, this guy's had 6 months. He's had this much. I'm out. I can't. And I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm out. I'm not saying any of that. But there will come a time where it will get to a certain stage and I'll be like, that is the straw that's broke the camel's back. I'm done with this manager. I'm not his biggest fan. I don't like the things he does. Like, for instance, in the Arsenal game, I strongly believe that he should have run the risk and said, you know what, I'm going to throw on Cheeto because 9 times out of 10 strikers, usually you get a goal. I think it was written for him to score against his old club. I think he should have played 20 minutes. But I would have run the risk of that. He doesn't want to run the risk of that. I think he's reserved in his decisions and he does take the easy way out a few times. I don't like that as a manager. I think sometimes you have to say, you know what? Because the real fans will understand it eventually. It might be a thing that, all right, cool, I've done a gamble, I've lost the game. But when after the heads are cooled down, they'll say, you know what? He tried to go for it. Respect. Do you know what I mean? He tried to win the game. Respect. Do you know what I mean?
I hear it.
So and on that note, I'm just saying, look, I'm not going to sit here and give no manager no time. Board need to do this from no. Come in here, show us what you got, and then we'll see from there.
Yeah.
But
let me get these
big up
super
the Mandem.
And I big up
Traps is back, man. Traps is back.
Let me get these super chats.
Man, say good luck with the beating.
Yeah.
I knew it didn't. We're gonna pull your season ticket. Don't worry.
Shout out to Killis. Big up. We got a new circus tent called New Trafford. Do or die tomorrow. Mountain Ogate back. The show still using Just Eat. We need to fix up. Sure, probably the PR plug, the Mafia Jones. The PSV versus Liverpool match showed how far United are. PSG, should I say. Professor Nora is giving a lecture. Brother, breathe. Life is short. We don't have to dissect everything or be negative. Glory, Man United will rob the Europa League. With that lineup. By 2032, Jimmy will be 79. Which will be done first, Stadium or him? I don't see longevity in this thing. Watch how the Glazers swoop back in. Leon, are you still Dan James better than Garnacho?
Yeah.
I fear the Sancho sexuals will return with Sancho. Saeed full screen himself. Mistakes happen. It's called being human. It's truth. What are the score predictions for the games tomorrow? We'll get that in a second. Plug Scop says, y'all just want to throw out the toys when things don't go your way. This is real life, not FIFA. Give him time to build his own team like every other manager that was there. A great see text, big up serious point there. A Cavani CR7 was not Ollie's shirt seller purchase. A big up Saeed, panel, and the community. Quick yes or no. Text, are we going through tomorrow?
Yeah, 100. I said it from yesterday, man. I'm confident. But I genuinely think, I don't know, there's something about us in tournaments and this Europa League, the competition's poor. It's poor. So, yeah, we can go right to the final, bro. So, yeah, we're definitely going through tomorrow, man. 1-0 scumbag it.
Yeah. Lord, I'm not going to ask you because you don't care. You know what I mean? So I think
I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll be there. Shouting the boys. Yeah. And obviously, Leon, we're going through or not? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think we will. I think it will be one of them just about get it done over the line things, isn't it? But I think we will. What is it? What are we going into? Quarters after this?
Yeah, quarters, man.
So I think we'll probably make it to the quarters.
We'll probably play Lyon next. They're 3-1 up.
Yeah, that might be the end of it from there. But yeah. I think we'll go through.
Big up. And I've seen Rhino, if you're there as well, big up to you as well, man.
So wait, what's going on, Nuruddin? How come you want to go? I thought you said, I've seen a while ago, and I'm never going to Europa games. I'm never doing that.
No. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, one of my good friends, his kid My friend works nights and his kid, so I make sure that his kid's all right. I go with it. I take his kid.
Oh yeah,
He
little day
sits
out.
with his friends. I just make sure that everything is all right and he gets home safe at the end of the night, stuff like that. You know, by the time.
What are you doing? Taking a tablet with some Netflix or something? You don't want to watch that shit,
No, I'm actually gonna see if the fans turn up tomorrow, innit? Because the team needs the fans. If the fans turn up, because it's a cup, innit? It's a knockout thing, innit?
They text everyone. They text everyone saying, "Yo, man, make sure."
Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. So
what the
club? Of course they did.
Yeah,
but listen,
they text you.
Saeed, seriously, I really wanted to talk about Maguire thing. So next time, can we not just?
No. The show later on. You're showing at 10 p.m. You know what I mean? Let's we'll carry on the conversation.
Yeah, make sure you send the people towards me. Yeah,
I will. What is that? Is that actual cap or is that real? Is that real, Nuruddin?
What's up?
This Maguire deal you.
Yeah,
it's real. It's real, bro. It's real.
Yeah. Well, listen, people. Make sure you like the video, people. Man, let's get these likes up to 1.5k likes. There's only, I think, just over 1,000 likes, man. So let's get these likes up.
That's poor, man. That's poor.
Yeah. We need to get these likes up, people, man. Let's get up to 1.5. Make sure you follow TechZelio on the Insta and on TikTok. Make sure you follow United Real Therapy on YouTube, Rhino MGTV on YouTube, and Leon's Reality. Make sure you follow him on his
By the way, big up Tech Zeno as well, bro. Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah.
I love Leon, man. Love, man. I big up Kings, man. Listen, man's been watching the show for a long time, so it's only inevitable I come here, blood. So just follow me on the socials, man, and I'll hit the man them back, man.
People calling you little techer in the comments and that, man. Mad thing.
Little techer, brother, man don't look like no liquor techer, bro. Man seen that little nerdy guy, bro. Trust me, that's not me, family. Trust me. As a man said, I saw in the comments, bro, from South London, it's like you're doing your due diligence on that man or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I hear it, man. Now big up the man them, bro, man.
You look like Roots, man. Roots TV. I don't know if you see Roots TV.
Roots, you know. I know you.
Why guys just trying to compare me to guys? Hey, Saeed, you look like my brethren that's sitting right over there, my Mali brethren, bro. Trust me. Trust me. I tell you that.
Big up, man. Listen, people. Big up, man. I'll be live in about half an hour. The watch along Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. That should be a big game, man. So make sure you lot are there in about half an hour. We'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.